You can't have opinions about a game you slept through?
Everyone knows you're the Tyler Shuck guy.
What was your
You are the
favorite
Tyler
play?
Shuck
You're like,
guy.
what was your favorite play?
Yeah, you don't have a favorite play?
You knew I was sleeping during it.
You still have a favorite play?
Are you calling Big Cat a liar?
I'm calling him a shamer.
I'm not a shamer.
You called him a liar.
I didn't. I called him a shamer.
I think you did.
Oh, we're going with the dings now.
The ding is
You
different.
dinged us.
On today's Pardon My Take, presented by DraftKings, we have our good friend Andy Staples on to talk college football, coaching carousel, who's going to the playoff. Awesome talk with him. There is a lot of jobs open. We talk a little more Brian Kelly fallout. PFT was in Kansas City on Monday night. We recap his trip there. Monday Night Football. We have some Barstool Invitational talk. It's always been fuck Luke Quan. We're going to talk World Series. Incredible 2 games, incredible series so far. And then we're going to finish up with Guys on Chicks. And it's all brought to you by our friends at Game Time. The NFL is in full swing. Tailgates, pack stands that buzz before kickoff, but getting in, nightmare. Queues, price jumps, getting logged out mid-click. All you want is to be there, beer in hand, losing your voice with the crowd. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. We're looking at tickets. Hank, where are we looking for tickets?
Soft benching.
Hank, where are we looking for tickets?
You know what I want to see?
He can't.
I want to
Is
see
he
Oklahoma,
actually
Tennessee.
talking? Is he actually? Well, we're doing NFL. Is he actually talking, or is he messing with us?
All right, I'm
hear
soft
me?
bench now.
Yes,
Max,
now we
what's
can
up?
hear you.
Falcons at Patriots. You can get in for $187 in the Game Time app.
$187. Go to the Game Time app right now. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code PMT for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, October 29th. And PFT, we've got a World Series. Oh, boy. Unbelievable series. 2-2. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. What do you say? But we went Monday night with an 18-inning absolute classic to Tuesday night. All the talk, obviously, about Shohei and having the most incredible series. And then Vladdy hit that bomb off him. And the Blue Jays, they don't give up. That team is just nails. They just mash and mash and mash. And it's 2-2. And this World Series rocks.
The thing I love about the Blue Jays is they do not give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. Vladdy doesn't care. This was awesome. I thought that the Blue Jays might crumble after losing that 18-inning game. I thought whoever wins that game, they're probably going to win the rest of the games of the series. Like, it felt like it was that big of an emotional swing, maybe, because you throw everybody that you've got out there. We had position players that were about to get warmed up to pitch in a World Series game because it went so long. Yamamoto said,
that was awesome.
Put the team on my back.
Yep.
I'll put the ball in my hand. I don't care. I'll go out there. I'll throw. But yeah, I think they were planning on warming up some position players until that happened. And it was an awesome game. Both games were fun, but that 18-inning game was absolutely crazy. And
It
now,
was nuts.
Yeah, and now guess what? We got a real series. We got a real series, and it's fun.
We really do. Yeah, let's talk about the Monday night game first, because the 18-inning game, it was insane. It felt like every single inning had a big moment. There was plays at the plate. There was some terrible at one point it looked like if they had just said, hey, you guys be third base coaches for a World Series game and see what happens, because some of the sends were crazy. It had Shohei just being maybe, it's hard. Obviously, he didn't pitch well tonight. For Shohei standard, we thought he was okay. He gave up he gave up 4 earned runs. They needed better from him. But Shohei is getting into the territory of, 1, he's somehow underpaid. 2, he might be the best athlete we ever watched play any sport. It's getting into the Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, these territories where in 50 years you could see yourself saying, remember when we got to watch Shohei Ohtani? Because there was a stretch there where he had, I saw it was the elimination game in LA, so game 4 against the Brewers, and then into the game in Dodger Stadium in game 3, where his at-bats went home run, walk, home run, double, home run, and then the Blue Jays just said, we've had enough of him. They started intentionally walking him for all of the extras. But it was that second Shohei home run where they had a meeting at the mound to discuss what to do, and then he just pissed on it. Like, we're just seeing something that's out of this world good. But yeah, then the Blue Jays bounced back, because I agree. I thought the winner of game 3 was going to win the series easily, and it was going to be like an emotional letdown. And the Blue Jays were like banged up. George Springer got hurt. But I said this before the series, Vladdy is the one guy. When you have a guy like Vladdy who's just unafraid to that level, just let him just have the big moment. He's not afraid of it. And now we got a series. Now we got a game 5.
I got a couple other stats about that 18-inning game that we saw. And Ohtani, he got on base 9 times.
He got crazy.
On base 9 times in that game. He had 2 homer. The list that you just read, that's like if you're just sick at MLB The Show.
Yeah.
That's like
it's playing your rookie on rookie mode. Yeah.
He's playing rookie mode in Major League Baseball in the League Championship Series and the World Series. It's crazy.
Correct.
So besides his 2 home runs and 2 doubles, he got walked 5 times, 4 intentional walks. That's the first time since a man named Stan Hack had 5 hits and 4 walks for the Chicago Cubs on August 9th, 1942, pre-Pearl Harbor. For there were 44 players that were used by both teams in the game. There were 19 pitchers that were used. There were 130 at-bats. It beat the previous record of 118, and that was just in 2018. There were 19 runners that were left on base by the Blue Jays, only by the Blue Jays. And then maybe the most incredible stat of the night. I've got some World Series games that I am going to read off for you here. You try to guess what the common thread is. Okay? Game 2 in 2017, that went 11 innings. Okay. Game 3 in 2018, that went 18 innings. Game 1 in 2024, that went 10 innings. And then this game that went 18. What's the common thread between those? Besides, obviously,
they're all extra innings.
Good
Brad
answer,
Paisley
Hank.
sung the national anthem before all those games.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I thought that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Brad Paisley fan, but maybe I should be.
He's the extender. He's like Scott Foster for Major League Baseball.
I thought you were going to say the other stat that was crazy. They almost ran out of baseballs.
Yeah.
In like the 15th or 16th inning, the broadcast was like, yeah, they have 290 baseballs for a game, and they're starting to get ready for some more baseballs. They got to get more baseballs warmed up because they're at like 230 right now. You almost ran out of baseballs. It was insane, and it became one of those games that if you stayed up, you're like, I have to stay up. I know I shouldn't be up this late, but you have to stay up. You got stuck in it. It was like Stockholm syndrome. You're like, maybe I'm just going to watch this baseball game for the rest of my life because it was such a great game. And then I will say that the innings like 13, it was after who fake pimped a warning track shot.
I think that's Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah. After that, there was a few innings where I was like, okay, we got to do something here because it did kind of die off in the crazy plays. But then Freddie Freeman, who is that's just what he does. he just hits big home runs in big moments. He hit obviously the walk-off home run in game 1 last year in the World Series, delivers. And then with all that said, the Blue Jays come back and beat the Dodgers handily, and they beat Shohei Ohtani on Tuesday night, and they tie the series 2-2. And we're getting into instant classic type of World Series zone because we know it's going back to Toronto. We know it's going at least 6. And it's just so much fun. There's just something about the World Series, especially when it's this good. Max, I think, tweeted about 15 times last night, baseball rocks. And in his head, he was just sitting at home just being like, man, does baseball rock?
It rocked. It rocked. You're so right. Like, if you were pot committed to that game, you were not going to go anywhere until it was over. So after the Monday Night Football game, got into a cab, went to the casino just to have a few small beers and play some blackjack. And it was right when who was it? Schneider got thrown out at home.
Yeah, that was a bad. It was a great relay. It was also a pretty bad send.
It was a terrible send, and he was thrown out by like 20 feet. And then I think it was Smoltz goes, "That's a gutsy call by the third base coach." That was just stupid. Being a first base coach might be the easiest job in the world. Being a third base coach, I would not want to do that. But so I get
when
to
the Dodgers sent Freddie Freeman, and that was that was one of those plays that you were watching. That was earlier in the game where you're like, is my TV broken? This looks like it's slow motion right now.
Yeah. So we sit down at the table and we're just playing blackjack, and we say, okay, we're going to play blackjack, and we'll go as soon as the game's over, because they had a TV that was right next to the table, and so we're thinking that we're going to play 30 minutes of blackjack, and then it goes on, and we ended up playing 3 hours of blackjack just because we were waiting for this fucking game to end, and it just wouldn't end.
You had no
but
choice.
I wasn't going to move. I wasn't going to go anywhere until this thing was over.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. We had the Kershaw moment too, where Sandy Koufax is 89 years old. He's staying for the whole game. Our guy Jerry O'Connell he lives at Dodger Stadium now. He just lives there. He's spent more time at Dodger Stadium than he has at home the last 2 days. But again, it just comes back to like the Blue Jays getting off the mat and answering in game 4. And it's Vladdy. Vladdy is just, it's so much fun to watch him play baseball. And he's just you could just tell the moment does not affect him whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shohei, that was like the 4th home run he's given up all year.
Yeah. It's a great series. I'm so glad that we got these two teams playing. I am a little bit concerned with Jerry spending so much time at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
I don't want that to distract from his football fandom. I feel like there's no way that he is keeping up with fantasy football to the level that he expects of himself and that we expect out of him if he's living at Chavez Ravine.
There's also he's definitely probably negotiated. Like, he's not watching football for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. He's only allowed to watch 2 quarters of football a week, but he can.
That's a good point.
He can go to 18-inning marathons.
That's a good point, Hank. He's probably
Jerry.
He's definitely like, you can't. You got to negotiate something, especially to be like, I'm going back again.
Yeah. What are you gonna say,
Jerry
Max?
called me today on his way to the game, and we talked for like 15 minutes, just like about last night's game and going into this game. 15 like a legit 15 minutes just talking ball.
No, you got to process that with somebody. If you were there in person for that, you have to talk your way through it to make it all make sense to you. I read that the reason why the game lasted so long was because of the marine layer. The marine layer blew in, and so it made the air heavier, and no balls were leaving the park. Balls that would be like no doubters, like the one that Will Smith hit that he thought was gone. It got too humid at night there.
Well, and also just terrible sends to home and misplayed situations like that. But yeah, there was like crazy defensive plays.
Freeman had 2 shots that I think hit the warning track too, that he hit pretty hard.
Yeah. But man, what a series. I'm so pumped for game 5. It's going to be great. Blake Snell back on the bump. I think it's game 1 starters going. And and the Blue Jays, those baby blue uniforms are so sick. So sick. That adds a little extra swag to it. And I don't know, I was seeing some people say that there's a lack of aura in Los Angeles because, it's not cold and the games start with the light out. Maybe this is just I'm just not biased, but at least just from personal experience. We went to that stadium. That stadium has aura. That stadium is cool as fuck. It's the worst place to get in and out of, but when you're in there, it has like a very cool vintage 70s type vibe, and it does have like a big moment feel to a stadium.
For sure. Yeah, it's incredible. It's like old school Hollywood. That's the vibe that you get when you're there. Yeah, great place. I like watching on TV too. I think this has been perfect baseball. This is everything that you want.
Yeah. Max, do you have any notes as our baseball guy? Baseball rocks.
You pretty much nailed it. It was just exciting play after exciting play. The Vladdy throw was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
So
I don't
cool.
understand how that wasn't 200 miles an hour. And it was just right on the money. There were so many plays like that were awesome. And baseball is just one of those sports where it's like momentum, and then just like a gut punch. And it just hits you in all the feels. And that game delivered in every front last night.
That's why it's so crazy that the Blue Jays came back and won the next night. It's insane. It's a beautiful evening, fans, at the ballpark. Warm summer breezes, sun going down, and it's all dark at the ballpark. But that's okay. It's night game. What do you want? Let's play ball. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball.
Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. I'm addicted to that song. It's every time the Blue Jays do anything good, it rattles in my head, and it's catchy, and the Blue Jays are so much fun to watch, and I can't do anything about it.
You know who sang that song originally?
Who?
The Bat Boys. That was the name. And it seems like it was written in 1992, which is weird because the lyrics feel like they're from, I don't know, like 1915. Yeah. So catchy.
It's almost like an SNL skit of what you remember was it the Padres a few years ago? Those guys, the like adult men standing in a park with Padres uniforms doing like a diss track that was super nice. Do you remember that? Do you remember that video? I have a vague memory of it.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
It was like the layman. That's kind of what
like 2 years ago.
Whoever came up with this song looks like, but I love it. I can't get enough of it. And the Blue Jays are a fun fucking team, and they're just relentless in the box. Isn't that fair to say, Max? They're relentless in the box.
Also, the clip coming out of commercial, like the 15th inning, just showing everyone praying.
Yeah,
like it was cutting around the fans, and they were all just like, literally, just like I feel like, I mean, viewing it, it's like I was like, just I don't care who wins, like just please, this game has to end.
Yeah, and Fox ran out of commercials because they just showed us constantly the Wake Up Barstool commercials. I was half in and out, like laying in bed watching the game, and then it would just be my fat stomach from the Wisconsin game 5 years ago, just beating on. It's like, what are people who are watching this thinking? Right, they must think they're hallucinating. If you're on the East Coast and it's 3 in the morning, jeez.
I kept looking up from the table, and I just saw Blutman. I just saw a big red TV of Blutman just fuzz.
Yeah,
repeatedly, over and over and over again. But yeah,
that's
good job, baseball.
3 hours on the blackjack table is that like? Yeah. Are you broke?
Did you win?
So the crazy, even better than winning. I only lost like $250.
Oh, that's great.
In 3 hours.
That is great.
Like that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's a great night.
I went way up. I went down to my last $25 chip. I was everywhere. I was all over the place. I think they cycled in probably like 9 different dealers just in the time that this game was in extra innings. But yeah, I wasn't going to go. I wasn't going to walk away from the TV then.
No, you can't. You can't. Okay, I had 2 other things real quick. Did you guys see that there was a report that Terry Rozier had a lien out on his house? I don't know if you saw that, but people were blasting me for my take that you don't know people's financial situations. I have no idea if has money problems, but a lien on your house is never a good thing. So I would say that there might be more to this story that's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Terry wouldn't be doing this if he didn't need money in some way.
Right. And I just, I remember when we first talked about it last week, people were like, how could you say that he's made this much money? You don't know how guys, athletes, anyone in life can lose their money. You know what I mean? Just because you make the money doesn't mean you hold on to it. So
if you give 23-year-olds $10 million, guess what? They're probably not going to have $10 million when they're 30.
Yeah. Hank, you're getting all fuzzy. You've gotten fuzzy, why. Hank.
I miss Zach's camera.
Zach. Zach didn't pick up the phone. We don't know where Zach is.
That was insane.
What?
No, it's just
what?
Just doing our guy dirty.
No, I mean like Zach has far and away the best quality camera, and so when we don't have his camera, we just all look like shit. We need him to make us look hot.
Yeah, we do. Hank can't figure out his camera. Also, Bob Costas was back on the NBA on NBC, and I got to say, they make a Tuesday night game in October feel like it's the coolest game ever. I don't know if you guys saw the intro. It was awesome. Yeah.
Great graphics package. Great song.
What is Hank doing?
I'm trying to pull focus. You just
you're a producer, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm producing right now.
Talk us through what you're doing.
I'm trying to get the focus onto my face. There it is. Bang.
All right, don't lose it.
I can't promise that.
Okay. All right, last thing before we go to, we're going to kick it to ourselves. We're going to talk about PFT's trip. We got Hot Seat Cool Throne. We've got Andy Staples and some guys on Chicks. Go watch the Internet Invitational. I think people probably saw the news. We lost a colleague of ours over the weekend. Beef, Cody, Franke, and he was a good friend of ours. A coworker, someone that we all liked and loved a lot. He was the nicest guy in the world. He was with us when we went up to Milwaukee for the Cubs Brewers Game 5, and it was that was the last time I was able to spend time with him. And in losing someone, he was 31 years old. It's just really, really sad, and especially after the Nick Mangold news. So shout out Beef. He was an awesome guy, an awesome guy. We all knew him. We all loved working with him. So, he's in the Invitational, and I know that he helped Tank with his golf game. I think he helped you, PFT, with your golf game. He was just one of those guys. Like, he would just do anything for anyone. And what'd you say?
He helped everyone. It's like people that didn't even play golf in the office would be like, hey, can you help me out? And it's like he would, take all the time in the world to help people who might just go on the simulator for 20 minutes and then they're getting off and never playing again. But it's like he would, he just truly cared and like was genuinely nice to every single person that asked him for help.
Yeah.
And even just outside of golf and outside of the content that we were in together, he was actually the nicest person in the world. And he was a one-of-a-kind guy. Everybody who knew him was like, this dude is the biggest sweetheart that you'll ever meet. And he was. And it's really sad because like we got to know him. We got to hang out with him. Always a great guy to be around. And the fact that it's so young and so sudden, it's just like almost indescribable how sad we are at Barstool. And we're going to miss having him around. Getting to spend some time with him out in Pinehurst the other week with Hank when we were out there. It was a joy to be around him, and he was so excited to have this the Internet Invitational come out so he could be out there playing golf and competing. And it was like the saddest news ever. And Beef was the man
at Barstool Camp. Yeah. Barstool Camp. We had so much fun. I just remember sitting next to him at the campfire. He had the aux and he was playing tunes and he was just living life. And just Francis has said it perfectly. Beef had that feeling to him where it was like he gave you that, like, we're in the best spot in the world right now. Like we're the luckiest guys in the world. And to have that gratitude is always a great reminder, because you can get lost in the day-to-day, and Beef was that type of guy where it's like, look around, we're having the best time ever. And I it's been a tough 48 hours, done some crying, obviously with Nick Mangold as well, losing him on Sunday. And I was thinking about it last night and this morning some more, and just those two guys, more than anything, they were just truly, genuinely nice people, and they made everyone feel like they were their friends, and they were friends with everyone. And I think more than anything, the world is just kind of a fucked up place, and there's just a lot of cynicism and really meanness going on just every day. And I think the big takeaway is like the legacy that we should all try to carry on for both those guys is just be a little nicer to everyone in your life, be a little kinder to people, give people more grace. You never know what people are going through. And those guys were the type of guys that they were, every single person they met, every single person they were around, they made feel like they were friends. And it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, and I don't think a lot of people have that quality to them. So if you can take anything from it, it's and this is me really kind of talking to myself and to you guys, because I know people who are listening right now didn't know these two guys, but they obviously knew them from their TVs and watching on their computers. But it's just try to be a little bit nicer in day-to-day life, because I think that's really important, and it's hard to do, and we all have to do a better job of it. So
it's a good point. And the video that I saw going around a lot in the last couple of days, it's a funny video, but it's actually like a perfect encapsulation of Beef as a human being. The super clip of him meeting everybody, and every time he would shake somebody's hand, he'd take his hat off to shake their hand. He was doing that not for cameras. He didn't know that people were filming him at sometimes that he was doing that. That was like one of his first weekends here when he was working with us. And that's just who he was all the time. It didn't, like, if it was a 8-year-old kid, he's like, I'm going to take my hat off, I'm going to shake your hand, look you in the eye, call you sir. And it's a funny video to watch, but it's also like the most wholesome thing ever. And that's what Beef was. And it's really sad, because I was thinking about that on the flight yesterday, which is that, like, I'm just very sad that there are so many people that will never actually get to meet Beef now, because he was such a good impact, and everybody loved hanging around him. And it was a shitty day. It was a shitty day.
Yeah. So I guess that, we're kicking back to ourselves. It's life is fleeting. Enjoy the moments with your friends and family, and don't take anything for granted, because none of this shit matters. None of this shit that we talk about, none of this stuff that might feel serious matters. It's about the people that you love and the people in your life, and being a good person. So okay, we're going to kick it back to ourselves in studio, talk some Monday Night Football, and do some hot seat cool throne. Okay, before we talk some Monday Night Football and do our hot seat cool throne, the NBA season tips off, and so does DraftKings' newest fantasy game. DraftKings Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for big wins, with every possession giving you a shot at real money. Franz Wagner, Sengun, Deontay Murray. With Pick 6, their stats aren't just highlights. They're your way to get in on the action this season. Here's how to play. Just pick more or less on 2 or more stats and unlock the upside every game brings. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. No gimmicks, no convoluted rules, just you, your gut, and a shot at big returns. The NBA moves fast, and with live picks, you can keep up. Jump in as the game unfolds. Every bucket is a chance to chase that upside. Pick 6 is available in Texas, California, Missouri, and more. New DraftKings customers get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE. Play just $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Okay, PFT, Monday Night Football. You were there. The Chiefs are the Chiefs.
The Chiefs is the Chiefs. And the Commanders, I almost want to say, here's what I'll say. That was an awesome first half. Loved that first half.
Great first half.
The best time ever. Arrowhead is a beautiful stadium. The people of Kansas City are very, very friendly. I did notice before the game, we were tailgating. I think I saw 6 or 7 women on crutches or boots that were still going to the game.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of injured women that are attending
the boys
Kansas
are
City
6'7"ing you.
That's so cool.
Brutal.
That's so funny.
I'm locked in.
That's so funny and relatable.
I'm locked in.
So shout out to them First of all, it's just like I don't care. Nothing's stopping them from going
Warriors.
to the games. Warrior mentality in Kansas City. And then the first half started, and we moved the ball pretty well for the first few drives. Intercepted Mahomes twice.
Yeah, comical first half in terms of both teams doing the most to not score, but looking okay offensively.
Yeah, we were titty bumping.
Yeah, it was. I lie bet the over because I was like, this is crazy. Both teams look good offensively.
Yeah,
and they just keep having tip passes and fourth down stopped, and
Zach Ertz got stopped like 5 inches short of the first down marker.
Huge number.
Yeah,
Dumbest. The virtual measurement is the dumbest thing in the world.
I agree.
It makes you feel better a little bit.
No, it doesn't.
No. Yeah, because you're like, oh, okay.
Because it's still there's no difference. There's literally no difference between that and the chain gang. The chain gang's at least exciting.
Yep.
I agree with.
I thought the virtual measurement was because they were like using the tracking measurement of the ball and the placement and like making it so it's accurate. It's the exact same thing with a less exciting reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they spot it.
Oh, that was mean. Memes,
what's going on here? What's
going
on,
Memes did on today's part of my take. He took the picture of the football 5 inches short, and put sunglasses and long hair and said, "On today's part of my take."
Yeah, Memes. That's just mean.
I got a text from someone that was
like,
I can't wait to see what you do with it. So I was like, all right, I got to do something.
All right, fine.
Who was that text from?
Shocking.
Tom Fornelli.
Nope.
Who?
Head of social.
Gaz.
Gaz.
Hell yeah.
That's basically Hank.
Yeah.
Hank basically texted you.
Stirring the pot, Gaz.
Yeah.
That's our head of stats and research. That's
Gaz
great
is
producing.
obsessed with us.
He's obsessed with me. He is. Gaz is obsessed with me. He takes everything that I say and he's like, oh, look at this co-host going after our beloved Henry again. And when we were doing that meet and greet at the convenience store thing, what was the number one comment that people were saying because of a propaganda like this? Mm-hmm. Number one comment was, "Whoa, PFT! I thought you'd be a lot shorter."
Number one is in one person said it.
No, there was at least two. There were at least two people said, "Whoa!"
I counted 4 to 5.
You're not as short as I thought you were.
Yeah, 4 to 5 people said. Maybe 6 to 7 people said that. It was
by like a 5'2" woman.
Yeah.
But still, it counts.
I love 5'2" women. So at this game, the first half, yes, you're right. It felt like we were gonna get some offense because they were moving the ball down the field. The defense was coming up big for the Commanders. Like Lattimore had that nice interception right in front of my face. I loved that. I loved being at the game. It was a great environment. Terry had 2 great catches that they didn't want to give him.
He was in the Matrix
that we had to fight for.
Yeah. The second one along the sideline, I still don't really know how he was able to keep his body in bounds.
Yeah, don't know, but it was awesome. That was a lot of fun to watch. Shout out Stanford Steve. He came up before the game. He was down to the field, and I went to a wing place before I went out. Get in town, go drive to Kansas so that you can put the bets in there, then drive to a wing place, then drive to the tailgate. And so I was like, Steve, I don't know if you had these wings, but you got to try them. He was like, I ate there last night.
Love it.
And they're the wings.
That's why he's my number one dude.
Number one dude. They're the wings that are like double jointed wings.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, yeah, I didn't know that it was going to be twice the amount of wings. He's like, yeah, I ordered 12 wings and I got served 24 wings. And I was like, well, I'm going to be here. He's like, yeah, I just housed it.
Yeah.
Made short work of it. That's a dude. So yeah, first half was fun. It seemed like we were in the game. And then I got too drunk, unfortunately, so I don't remember anything about the second half.
Okay, I'll pick up.
Okay.
Mahomes is back to being full-on Mahomes. What are you going to say?
Is that when you tweeted, I'm still going to be drunk on PMT tomorrow?
Yeah, that's when I tweeted.
Are you?
That. No, I'm not. Okay. I actually wasn't. I wasn't that drunk. I wish that
they had won. That was you were game planning for.
Yeah, it was a tie.
That's fair. Yeah.
I was wish casting that upon myself. But no, I do remember the second half, and yes, Mahomes.
Yeah,
was Mahomes.
He's back to just now. All his weapons are healthy. He's spreading the ball around to everyone. It feels like every play is. Whether it works right away, great. And then if it doesn't, Mahomes will just run around and find someone and, oh, shit, that's a 20-yard gain. Oh, shit, Rashee Rice, 25 yards. Oh, Travis Kelce, you're just streaking down the sideline with no one near you, 38 yards. Like, yeah. It's they're just really, really good. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They're not, and I want to clarify because I had some people pointing out that I called the Colts the best team in football on Sunday. Those two things can exist. The Colts are the best team in football right now. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Chiefs will be able to figure it out.
It's just these are facts.
Everything looks simple for them in the second half on offense. It was like effortless. Our defense is very old, very slow, very injured. We're a very banged up team right now. And Terry got injured. I think he got re-injured maybe in the first half. And then I saw him like doing cuts and trying to do some sprints and change of direction stuff on the sideline to figure out if he could go back in. And he looked like he was going 100% on the sideline, but that's just like 100% to my eye.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, that's just an athletic man.
Yeah.
And he couldn't go back in. I don't think he's injured that badly, but it was tough to watch that second half. There was really no hope, and the defense played pretty good in the first half. Then our offense was almost bend but don't break.
Yeah, the moment where I was like, this is not, because I thought I bet the Commanders. I was like, they can hang around, and I think it was the combo of, there was that play where Mariota just tried to hurdle like 4 guys standing up straight, and they just kind of tossed him out of the club, and then there was one. Maybe it was a 3rd and long, or maybe it was a 4th down where he got sacked, and you could just tell
field goal range.
Yeah, you could just tell like he had nothing.
Range,
there was nothing he could have done in that moment. But yeah, the Commanders. So let's talk Chiefs real quick. Chiefs obviously have the big game against the Bills. Very excited for on Sunday. They are the best team, or they're going to win the Super Bowl. Is anyone disagreeing that the Chiefs look like they might even be a better version of the Super Bowl Chiefs?
They are. Rashee Rice is a scumbag, and Chiefs fans should feel bad for rooting for him.
Because of his arrest?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to go that route.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Scumbag.
Scumbag. Okay.
Not a good driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are trying to just spam him touchdowns.
Yeah, they are making up for lost time with him. And he's really good. But yeah, I agree, Hank. I agree.
Let's get more into this. Yeah.
The Chiefs are I don't know. I don't want to say that they're better than when they won the Super Bowls, but I think that this is a team that definitely can. Like, they've got a lot of weapons, and Mahomes is just doing the same thing. The one play that he had where he stepped up in the pocket, rolled out to his left, stepped up again, and then threw across his body to the right to Noah Gray for a first down. At that point, I was just like, there's nothing at all that we can do. And I think that...
And their defense is good. Their defense is really good.
I think
that pass rushing, it's not just Chris Jones. They got guys stepping up and just in the backfield on every play.
I do think that if Jaden had played last night, the second half would have gone differently. But the first half, it's like used up all this energy on defense, and then your offense it's not complimentary football. So it's tough to keep up that pace for a full game. And I'm not saying that we would have shut down the Chiefs in the second half, but I'm saying that it would have looked a little bit different.
So Sunday, you're playing the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. Then you have the Lions. Is Sunday a season on the brink game?
Sunday,
if Jaden is back.
Sunday,
because it feels like if you can win that game, you're now back to 4-5, and then you have maybe a must win against the Lions or a gateway game against the Lions to get back on track. But Sunday is where it has to start.
I think Jaden's playing. If I were to put money on it right now, I think that he's going to play on Sunday night.
Season on the brink.
And I would like to say to America, like, I apologize if Jaden does not play on Sunday night, because that's going to be a tough game to watch, I think. Season on the brink game, yeah, I'd say this is the last stop before rock bottom.
Yeah, you got to. No, well, you're not going to be rock bottom, but you got to put some pressure on the boys. Well, season on the brink.
No, because I'm thinking that if we lose on Sunday night, then we'll probably get our ass kicked by the Lions, and then it's season over. So 5 losses. We had 5 losses all season last year. We have 5 losses right now. We're very, very injured, and that's not. I guess it is an excuse. The day started off weird when we found out that their kicker was just not going to play.
Yeah,
and so it's like they might have to sign a kicker who hopefully lives near Kansas City that they can put on the practice squad and then immediately elevate to the active roster. But yeah, I'd say that if we don't win this weekend, the wheels are falling off.
Yeah.
And I did look at mock drafts today. I did look at that. I want to just be open and honest.
You went to Tankathon?
I looked at mock drafts today, and I appreciate that Pro Football Focus, they do their own mock draft, and then they give themselves grades on the guys that they just drafted.
That's classy work.
It's very classy work. So,
right now you'd be drafting 11th. This is too early to do this.
Yeah, but it was bad. It was bad last night, and the defense just doesn't look like we're going to get any better. And we're old, and we're slow, and we're out of position. And it was not a great second half, but the first half was great.
Can I give you something to make you maybe feel better that this is you just never beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Did you know that you're 1-11 all time as franchises? That's insane.
I don't think that we've beaten them in 40 years.
Yeah, 1983.
And I don't know, have we ever beaten them in Arrowhead?
I don't think so. I think it was in Washington.
Yeah. We just don't beat the Chiefs.
Don't beat the Chiefs. So that was always going to happen.
And we were always probably going to lose to the Chiefs no matter how healthy we were, given that the Chiefs are playing like they are right now. But the way that it happened was it was just kind of a big fart in the second half. It was a 30-minute long fart. Mm-hmm. So yeah, not super optimistic about things right now, but it was a great time. It was an awesome time. Like going on a road trip for Monday Night Football with your boys, and you go to the game, you get wings, you go to the casino afterwards, you go back to the Airbnb, you spend maybe a total of 2 hours in the Airbnb, then you fly home. That's how dudes learn geography in this country. Like if you were to ask me about all these NFL cities, I could tell you where to get some chicken wings, I could tell you where the casino is, and I could tell you where the football stadium is, and then where the airport is.
This is I would say to guys, if you ever can go on a trip on the road with your friends to go to a game, like this is how I felt after the Cubs lost to the Brewers. It was like you just spent all this time going up to Milwaukee, and we took a risk.
Yeah.
You take a risk.
Yep.
It's still a fun trip to do with your boys, and if you win, it's like, holy shit, that was awesome.
I was never not going to go to the game. I was always going to go. I was just going to feel sorry for myself for going to the game for a little bit. But then once I got there, you have a great time.
Right.
It's always fun to visit a new stadium, so I'm glad I got to experience Arrowhead. Also, bad punt by Dan Quinn in the second half.
Yeah.
I know you were on like your own 25 or 30 or whatever, but you're down, 20 points at that point, 21 points, and you got a fourth and I forget what it was, like 6?
Yeah.
Just go for it, Dan. Just go for it. Don't give up.
You guys want a crazy blind resume? It's very simple, but it kind of shocked me. Running back 1, 53 career touchdowns, running back 2, 52 career touchdowns.
Oh.
Who would you take?
I think I'd take the guy with 53.
Yeah, I would too.
Uh-huh.
Kareem Hunt is running back 1. Saquon Barkley's running back 2.
Oh, that is
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's a wild stat.
Kareem Hunt, a lot of touchdowns.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think about Kareem Hunt, Hank?
Yeah. Bad guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs.
I like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Patriots would never
Never
have a violent man on their roster.
No. Cut him right away.
Yeah.
Cut him. As soon as you find out about the double murder, you cut him.
Yep.
That's a standard. Keep the standard.
That's the craft difference.
Speaking of football quarterbacks, we have finally Spencer Rattler his watch has ended.
Yeah, thank you, Spencer.
Thank you for your time. I'm happy you got one win.
Job done.
Mission done.
Mission did.
Mission happened.
Yeah. You were starting quarterback, Spencer.
Football was played.
We
can all say that if you're talking about Spencer Rattler's career in the NFL, football was played.
When Spencer Rattler was a high school quarterback and he had a documentary team following him around, he knew that one day he would be an NFL quarterback.
Yep.
And you know what? He lived up to his dream.
It happened.
Yep.
So Tyler Shuck is now the QB in New Orleans, which, yeah, you got to do this. Like, why not?
Sure.
Make a change. And the other one was Carson Wentz out for the year. Kind of weird reporting because we just found out randomly on Monday that he suffered this injury 3 weeks ago that is now why he's out for the year. And we heard about how he's been so injured that that's why he sucked, but also he was still playing.
Yeah. So he was soft injured?
He was injured. It was one of those situations where he played through his injury, but then when the play got so bad, we found out the injury was worse than we ever thought.
Well, I need to go back and watch the other games because in that primetime game, when he had that black shoulder harness on, that indicates that that's a shoulder that has been popping out.
Torn labrum.
Yeah, torn labrum. And
right.
If you've had a torn labrum, you know what that is. And it's like, it's just going to keep popping out over and over and over again until you get it fixed.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he had that harness on the entire time. But regardless, in that game, like every time he would get hit, that thing was popping out of the socket. And so that was a painful game for him. He's a tough guy.
This is going to be – there's a lot of pressure on J.J. McCarthy because, again, Carson Wentz got injured a month ago in an England game or 3 weeks ago, and he's been playing through what is now been upgraded. He got his injury upgraded to season-ending injury.
Mm-hmm.
We said we felt bad for him last week, so I think that stands.
JJ also got his injury upgraded from a 4-week injury to a 6-week injury, which is what it's always been.
Whole thing is a little weird. I have a dumb sports rule for you guys if you want real quick before we do Hot Seat Cool Throne. We talked about World Series already, but the Fox broadcast, our friends at Fox, were going to the in-house umpire, Mark Carlson. He was wearing a suit and tie. I think the in-house umpire should have to wear a full chest protector and mask because baseball is the one sport where managers wear full uniforms. Mm-hmm. Why aren't we doing that?
I agree with that. For the longest time, I thought that umpires were all fat.
Yeah. He's a nice sized man. He's not fat, but he's a good sized man.
I think this should go across all sports.
The
Carrera should be in stripes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I don't want to see when you zoom in a guy from New York and he looks like a lawyer. I want to see a guy who looks like a ref.
Everyone in Toronto too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Give it to us. Keep it going.
Yeah, have the hockey guys wearing the helmet, the visor, the skates.
Yeah.
Have them on ice, standing on ice.
Because I can't trust this guy. I see him and I'm like, oh, is he trying to sell me life insurance? No, I want to know that you are actually an ump.
I think that's a good rule.
Okay, good. I feel good about that rule. Also, do you guys want to read a headline real quick?
Yep.
Okay, here's the headline. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Kourtney Kardashian is launching lollipops for your vagina. Thoughts?
They already have Tootsie Pops.
So yeah? Thoughts?
Dildos.
No, so apparently it just has something in the lollipop that helps with vagina health. But I read the headlines like they're putting lollipops up vaginas?
Like probiotics for your vagina?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probiotics.
They got me on that headline. Kourtney Kardashian is launching lollipops for your vagina. I thought those were, hey, here's a lollipop. Let your vagina suck it.
For whose vagina?
Their own.
For their own vagina.
Yeah.
Now, are they
vaginal health? Why don't we get dick lollipops?
Are they flavored?
I think they have to be some flavor.
They got to be flavored.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like swimming pools. You got to keep the pH balance right.
Got it. Okay. That's for your vagina.
Yes, sir.
This seems
do you ever have to shock the vagina with some chlorine?
There's a chance.
Okay.
This seems like it might not be the healthiest thing to do. Is to take vagina medicine advice from a Kardashian. I guess they probably know.
They all have them.
Yeah, they do.
Not Rob though. Shout out Rob. People forget about Rob. And the time that he had to fly back from France because the suit didn't fit.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Is he a good guy?
He's got sure.
Okay.
Fuck it.
I'm not going to look into Rob.
I'm going to endorse Rob.
Okay.
I'm officially endorsing Rob. Do we have any other cleanup from Sunday's games, or we're going to talk college football with Andy Staples? I will say one of the funny things about college football, and we briefly talked about it. Did you guys see Indiana, who's awesome, one of the best teams in the country? Their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, is also awesome. I think he's leading the odds to win a Heisman. Mm-hmm. His little brother is the backup.
Yep.
So when his little brother gets in, people get very mad because they think that Indiana's running up the score. His little brother scored a touchdown up 50, and all the quote tweets and replies were like, "This is bullshit." Mm-hmm. They're stat padding for the Heisman. Mm-hmm. I just like that there's two he was pumped for his little brother.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was very cool.
It was very fun to see. I wonder if they'd ever do the old switcheroo.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, at halftime.
Yeah, they wear 15 and 16, I believe.
Yeah. Give it a shot. Come on, Sig.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing from the NFL weekend, some cleanup.
Okay.
Did you see Terry when he was talking to Howie on Fox, and he was talking about Andy Reid and hog farmers?
Okay.
Can you pull up this video, Max? Look at camera pan to Michael Strahan. Search for that on X.com, the Everything app. It's all happening on X.
Shout out X, but not shout out.
I love Terry.
Well, they
Bradshaw.
don't pay us money.
Yeah.
I guess they do.
Oh,
Are they taking that away?
No, I think they've been doing it, but my account's been inactive. I get an email from them every month being like, "Hey, we have money."
I never signed up for it.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for it either.
It's just so random like the amounts that get paid out.
Or here's Terry talking about hog farmers for some
one month
reason.
it will be like, here's your $25 from X, and the next month it'll be like, here's $2,000. What? Okay. Guess I got to pick it up. Okay, here it is.
The other day I text Andy Reid, and I got a text back, and I thought it was Andy Reid, but it's some guy selling pigs. But it sounded good. I should have told y'all that, so y'all would have thought I actually talked to Andy Reid, but I didn't really talk to Andy Reid.
I wish you.
That was the old. Sometimes I start a sentence and I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a great story if he had just not apologized for the story.
Yeah.
That's a great. I texted Andy Reid, but it turns out it was a guy selling pigs.
Just keep going.
That's
Power through.
That's a great story, Terry. Trust yourself.
That's great.
It's one of, all-time soundbite. Oh, and also we got to the bottom of the ping pong tables in the Ravens locker room.
Okay.
Lamar insisted that they take the ping pong tables out. He said we're done playing games. So
Okay.
he wanted them out.
Then he wanted to play a game on the injury room.
Then he wanted to play. He might be ping ponging back and forth between practice squad and.
John Harbaugh said he's playing on Thursday.
He did say that.
He would be surprised if he doesn't play. So we're just going to do this every single week.
Every single week. Oh, and also one more thing: the Chiefs fumbled 8 times this season. They've recovered all 8 fumbles.
That's bullshit.
I think that's interesting.
that's absolute bullshit.
And I
Look
got-
into that, Hank.
I got to experience the Kansas City fans and the refs up close and personal. Listen, I like Kansas City Chiefs fans. I think that a lot of people have Chiefs derangement syndrome when it comes to like screen grabs of things like look at what the Chiefs are getting away with. I don't think that's always the case. But the way that the fans start pre-cheering for flags and then like give the referee a round of applause like he's a player on the team at Arrowhead is different than any other stadium.
Yeah.
Like they know. Like we got these guys.
Yeah.
They got our back. That's about to be a flag.
Yeah.
Here comes a bullshit flag. Got it.
They're expecting it.
Yep.
So let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. It is brought to you by our friends at Body Armor. This segment is brought to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Flash IV delivers faster, longer lasting hydration with over 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes and no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners like those other drinks. So whether you're training, traveling, or just feeling the heat, work hard, hydrate hard with Body Armor Flash IV and grab yours today at your local 7-Eleven convenience store. Zach is grabbing a Flash IV right now. Let's see how fast he can do it. He's running. Zach, drink it. No, drink it, Zach. Drink the Flash IV. Oh, no, Hank needs it. Hank, speaking of Body Armor Flash IV, again, go hydrate hard with Body Armor Flash IV and grab yours today at local 7-Eleven convenience store. How is day 3 of your hangover? Are you back?
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
Thanks to Body Armor Flash IV.
The best, yeah. Feeling hydrated.
Do you miss the fellas?
I do miss the fellas.
You gotta miss the
we were
fellas.
talking about it. I was like, if you guys, because the boys were still on the bus yesterday morning, or they were like in Nashville.
Jesus
Yeah, they went
Christ.
from Atlanta to Nashville, which is the home base. But I was like, if you guys, want to send it to Kansas City, I'll come meet you.
Oh,
I was ready to get back on the bus.
He had
That
rolled
would've been
up.
sick.
Scenes.
It's a very hollow feeling coming off an awesome bachelor party.
And the chat just dies.
That second night, like you get back in the first night, you're like, I need to just have my own space, shower, sleep. And then the second day, like the Monday afternoon, Monday night, you're like, man, I miss the boys.
Yeah, didn't need that baseball game though. That was like I was ready for like, all right, Monday Night Football ends bedtime, and it was like no.
Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
did anyone from the bachelor party reach out and be like, do you remember my name?
No, I told them in real time. I was like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like,
I don't know your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's transparency.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
All right, Hank. Hot Seat Cool Throne.
My hot seat cool throne is Luke Kwan.
Yeah.
Well, you got mine, Hank.
Oh,
Good job.
you want it?
No, it's all you.
It's all you.
No, I'll let you talk about it because
Because you were in the tournament.
The internet. Well, I didn't know if you were going to talk about it or not. I didn't know if you were going to like directly.
Why don't you make
call
yourself
him out.
you can talk about yourself and how you got kicked out.
I didn't get kicked out. That was.
he never got invited.
I never got invited.
well,
Let's reset what we're talking about.
All right, we're talking about the Internet Invitational, which obviously, we talked about a lot in the show in the summer. We went to Lake of the Ozarks to film it. That's where we did a bunch of the interviews with Gruden and stuff. It's finally out. So if you haven't watched episode 1 yet, spoiler alert, maybe, skip ahead. But episode 1, when we got there, J.R. Smith was a no-show basically, and I had producers coming up. They were like, "Hey, do you have your clubs?" I was like, "Yes, obviously." Even though I wasn't playing, but I brought them
just in case.
Just in case.
Yep.
Well, more just so I could golf in the morning. But they're like, "Oh, well, J.R. Smith isn't going to come. You're in." Like I talked to Robbie Berger. He's like, "Oh, you're in." The producer's like, "If he doesn't come in, you're in." He doesn't come. There happened to be a girl, Lacey, who worked at the resort, who's like a college golfer, very attractive. Dave was like, it was going to be Hank or Lacey. We went with the more attractive girl. So that was a tough 30 to 45 minutes of getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, J.R. Smith is going to show up and I'm not going to play. It ended up being a different reason why, but that was neither here nor there.
But you had to expect that. Dave had the moment where he can basically make you the happiest boy in the world or suck the joy out of your body, and you know which one he was going to go with.
Yeah, and I knew, and again, I was like a little bit, I was really excited, then like kind of disappointed, and I got over it in like an hour. Watching the footage back and seeing the excitement on Dave's face, which is Dave, I know what to expect. Mm-hmm. It was like funny in a way, but also like that hurt to watch. The joy when he was like, when Lacey was like, "Oh, you're 4 handicap, you're way better than Hank, you're in," and then he went over to tell me with the biggest smile on his face. It was like the Wisconsin Duke picture. Like he was so happy to just break my heart. Mm-hmm. But yeah, neither here nor there. Day one, and PFT, I was his coach. We were training. We were ready to go. Mm-hmm. Day one. PFT, Luke Kwan, who is the best golfer on his team. So they did a matchup where it's like, all right, we're going to put our best with our worst, thinking Luke Kwan can basically beat these two guys on his own. Luke Kwan even said in the video, which old takes exposed, he was like, "Oh, you don't even have to show up if you don't want. Like, you're good. Like, I got this. Don't worry about it."
So he showed up though, right?
Luke Kwan, tee time was what, 9:30?
9:30.
Something like that, yeah.
Luke Kwan missed his tee time.
Slept in.
And then got it, a 4-hole. He had to sit out for 4 holes, which PFT then. So PFT had to play 1v2.
It was also
against 2 good golfers
in a scramble. So I could only hit 1 shot, and it was going to be my score against the better of Franke and who was Franke's
Bubby
score? And Bubby. Yeah,
from good.
Both very good golfers. So obviously didn't work out for me that much in the first 4 holes. But the night before at the draft, Luke Kwan, he was like, "Yeah, we're not going to use any of your shots tomorrow." And then he didn't show up. And then the penalty kept getting worse and worse, which is why I got mad initially, because every time Dave would talk, it would be like, okay, it's 1 hole. Well, it's 2 holes. And I was upset with that, but really I was upset with Luke for not being there.
It was a similar situation to Dave and Hank. I was told I was rules official maybe 20 minutes before we got to the opening dinner. Mm-hmm. I don't know shit about golf. I was just Googling everything. But it didn't help that I was fighting for you, and then Dave saw me fighting for you, and he's like, "Nah, let's make it even worse."
Yeah, so every time...
So I probably should have just... I did say that Luke Kwan had to wake up naturally. We should have put him back to bed and had to wake up naturally. He shouldn't let someone wake him up.
So every time Dave would talk about the punishment, it would get worse. He was
1
loving
hole,
it. Then it was 2 holes, then 3 holes, then finally 4 holes is what we settled on.
9-hole match, by the way, too. It wasn't 8. It was 9 holes. So you guys were going to have to win 5 in a row, basically.
Yes, we were down 4 holes when he showed up, and then he was all like, I was trying to be a good teammate. I didn't think that like arguing with him at the moment while we're trying to compete was productive. But he was kind of being a dick to me. He was like, "You're not going to make this putt." Like as my teammate, which is wild to say. And like Franke was even uncomfortable with it. He was like, "Wow, this guy's really."
I was like, I mean, Max.
It was crazy.
I was there. Yeah, I was filming.
They cut some of the stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't know if I didn't watch this part of it, so I don't know if they put it in. But PFT was like being self-deprecating, being like, "Should we just skip ahead to hole 5?" Luke was like, "Yeah, let's do that." I was like, "No. Like he would like at least play him out."
He just kept saying, "We're wasting our time doing this.
Yeah.
We're wasting our like."
It was crazy.
The amount of confidence was so insane, and then someone would make a joke, be like, "Damn, you're really not that confident in your teammate here." And he was like, "Why would I be? Look at him."
It's like, dude, you
you're the one who fucked up.
$1 million purse for
it was like awkward
invitation.
how much of a dick he was being after he was the dick.
And I don't think I was playing that badly.
No.
Like,
and then
his first hole.
Well, we can't. I don't. Do we just talk about the entire thing?
No.
Well, no. I mean, we're talking.
No, I'm talking about this
video.
round.
Yeah.
The first hole, they took your swing. They you didn't even use his tee shot.
And the second hole he was on used my approach.
Yeah.
he put his like 15 feet short of the green.
And the amount of shit he was talking was insane.
What was actually crazy about it, and like I wasn't Yeah, in the moment I probably should have spoke my mind to him more, but I did not think that. I thought that we had a chance to win, so I was like not going to fight with my teammate at the time. But then the like lack of remorse that he had for his team, which is crazy because like everybody on that team, we're playing for $1 million,
and that was a penciled in win.
And everyone else was a lot more upset at that time than I was with him, just because I'm trying to get through this. But it was I felt bad for everybody else that's on the team that has to deal with it, because that was like we could have competed if he had been there. So that was unfortunate, but it was fun.
Yeah, I've been thinking, because like I'll see, I follow him on social media and stuff, and I'll see him post, and obviously we knew this happened when it happened in the summer, and I've just been thinking about the scaries that he's probably been living with, knowing that this was coming out. Like he just has to go. Everyone's been going along regular scheduled programming, not talking about it till it comes out, and it's like having to live with this for like 3 months, knowing that it's going to come out. It's got to be brutal.
And he's really good, right?
Yeah,
like a very, very good golfer.
He like won on the Asian tour.
He's just too cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch the Internet Invitational. It's coming out. There's a schedule that's been. What's the schedule?
It's the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
there's 6
so go
episodes.
watch it.
I think Whit hates this guy more than anyone.
Yep. Yeah, watching Whit and just watching people as the round ended kind of hear the news and see it. It was like Luke Wan was dealing with guys. There's a difference between golfers and like pro athletes in terms of like accountability and like being upset. And I was like, I don't think he knew what he was walking into.
9:30. It's not it wasn't a 6:30 a.m. tee time. 9:30 is a completely reasonable time to not miss your tee time for $1 million. Okay, your cool throne?
My cool throne is money grab Netflix boxing fights that no one really gives a shit about, but might have 15 years ago.
Okay.
Oh.
I will give you guys. I'll let you guys guess.
Mike Tyson?
Nope.
Manny Pacquiao?
Yep.
Versus
Floyd?
Yep.
Whoa, they're fighting again?
They're talking about fighting again.
Oh my God. This is sad.
They've gone too far.
This is a sad state of boxing.
They've gone far too far at this point.
So yeah, keep an eye out. It's probably going to be electric. Manny Pacquiao, recurring guest.
I will not watch.
All time interview.
Oh, singing karaoke with Manny?
And 500 people in the room.
Yeah. It was great.
Okay. PFT, your hot seat cool throne.
All right, so my hot seat was going to be Luke Kwan. We covered that extensively. My cool throne is going to be sportsmanship. Sportsmanship on the cool throne. There was a report that came out yesterday that after Cam Scatterbo broke his leg, dislocated his ankle, he was in the hospital, and who shows up with cheesesteaks and pizza? Big Dom.
The greatest.
Big Dom goes to the hospital, drops off a few slices, drops off some cheesesteaks, probably just puts a smile on his face. Good guy, Big Dom.
The greatest to ever do it.
Good
That's
guy,
Big Dom. What do you think about your paisan, Max?
I mean, he's the best there ever is. This was the least shocking report that came out ever, because when Dom sees that people need help, he's there to the rescue. Hank probably hates it. He probably thinks that this is just a media grab.
Move, yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is this at all like if somebody gets beaten up by somebody and then they visit them in the hospital and they're like, hey, I just want to make sure you're
Dom didn't do anything.
You're doing okay.
Yeah. Hey, you're not going to say anything, right?
He didn't do anything.
Hey,
I mean, look what Scatterbo said.
No, but you see what PFT's saying.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, just so you know, hey, just make sure you don't say anything.
I got all these.
Snitch. You're not a snitch. You're not
Just
a
so you
rat.
know.
This is on
You're not a
national
rat.
television.
Yeah, but you're not a rat. You're not a rat, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna say nothing. I got all these cheesesteaks.
I don't like what you guys are trying to infer
Big Dom
here.
came
Big
in
Dom's
with a pillow in his hand.
I brought in
Big Dom's the best there ever was.
They told me not to bring you food. They said that you were gonna rat, but I said no. There's no chance my boy Cam rats on us. But anyway, here's all the pizza.
Yeah, hey,
eat up.
Hey, you look so hungry.
I don't like what you guys are trying to do here.
No, I like the move, but classy
We love
move.
Big Dom.
He's always going to do it for every player that gets carted off.
Oh, here comes Sour.
I'm just curious what the
Sourpuss Hank. I like this.
I mean, it was a gruesome injury that everyone saw. It was sad.
Precedent has been set.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gruesome injury that everyone saw, and it was sad to see. Went to go try and cheer him up. Hank, of course, hates Big Dom so much.
What I literally have not said anything. You just said I hate Big Dom.
You do. You've said it. You said it on these airwaves before.
I said I hate Big Dom.
No, you said that he just does things for attention.
Gun to your head.
Was this
Gun
for
to your
attention?
head.
Yes. Was this for
Gun to
attention?
your
Yes.
head.
Was this for attention? Yes.
I think it was him being a good guy.
I think
Hank.
he's being a good
What
paisan.
I think you should do though is if there are any other injuries.
I didn't say that though. You guys put a gun to my head.
But you did say it.
I had a gun to my head.
Yeah, you said it though.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to sit here and drink my body armor flash IV, and then Max just brought me into this.
Well, you've brought yourself into
false.
conversation in the past.
You have.
You have.
I didn't today.
If any other players get injured against the Eagles, Hank, I want you to follow up.
Oh, I will.
And
be.
make sure because you're going to find out that Big Dom does this for everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone.
You got a lot of work on your plate. You got to get Rasheed Rice.
This is not the battle you
Kareem
have. This is not the
Hunt.
battle
You got to get Big Dom.
I stand with Big Dom.
I
you
got no beef with Big Dom.
This is everyone. You know, this is one of those situations where said, "Oh, Hank, you play too much golf. Oh, Hank, you all summer you're playing golf." Guess what? When Hank stops playing golf, everyone's in trouble. He's coming for you. He's getting on the case. Hank's got nothing but time to get on people's cases. Unleash you.
We'll be tracking.
Yeah. Oh, we're tracking.
The Big Dom.
You should be the
tracker,
Big
yeah.
Dom tracker.
Yeah.
No, I got no issue with Big Dom. None. It's good. It was a nice gesture, and I'm happy to see him do this for the rest.
For the rest of the players that ever get injured.
Yeah.
I think it probably has to be an injury that makes you stay at the hospital in Philadelphia overnight.
Correct.
Okay.
So if that, I would agree with you. If there's one of those again, and we don't get cheesesteaks and pizza, we got issues.
I think that we'll find out that this isn't the first time Big Dom has done this.
Agreed.
No, he's the fucking man.
Yeah, he's
He
the
is
best.
the fucking man. Big Dom.
It seemed patronizing.
That
the way you
was
said it.
very patronizing. What you just did.
It actually sounded racist.
Yeah,
That was a little bit. That was a little
towards
racist.
Italians.
That was a little racist, Hank.
It's anti-Italian discrimination.
Whatever.
Okay, my hot seat is Brian Kelly because, man, do people not like Brian Kelly?
Yeah.
It is quite something. We're going to talk about it with Andy Staples more, but you just can't go online and not see someone be like, hey, this is the time that Brian Kelly was a dick to me. Hey, this is the time Brian Kelly was a dick to me. It's gotten so bad that I texted our good friend Zach Martin, who was on the show on Friday, and I said, I think Zach Martin saying on PMT on Friday that when I asked him about Brian Kelly, he said, we don't really keep up. That was the nicest thing someone could have ever said about Brian Kelly. Like, the glazing's crazy.
Yeah.
He was sucking Brian Kelly's dick.
He was like, he's a good coach. Haven't really talked in a while.
That's it.
That's
that right there. That quote.
5-star review.
Someone needs to print that and send it to Brian Kelly. Be like, look, someone's got your back.
I'll do it.
All he said was, we don't talk much.
I'll do it. I'll send that. For some reason, Brian Kelly follows me on Twitter. I have no idea why. That's not a good
DM him.
idea. It's not a good idea, Brian.
Ask him to come on. Let's get him on.
All right. Let's see. Coach Brian Kelly. Hey, Zach Martin had wonderful things to say about you. Would love to have you on the show to tell your side.
Yes.
Of how things shook out.
Yes.
How about that?
I feel like that sounds like that's inferring that Zach Martin actually didn't say good things.
No,
about
to
him.
tell your side of how things went at LSU.
Yeah. Add that.
Yeah.
Oh, he follows me too.
Let's go. That's a bad move for him to be following us.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, big fan.
I'm going to just say, hey, Coach, can you respond?
he follows
to
me too.
I'm going to say, hey, Coach, can you respond to PFT's DM?
Kelly doesn't.
You go first.
Okay.
You send it first, and then I'll say, hey, Coach, just following up on PFT's DM.
We had Zach Martin
Looks like he's got a fucking Trix yogurt
on
his profile picture.
Pardon My Take last week. He had
You don't like sunsets?
He had very nice.
That's
things to
incredible
say.
sunset.
Yeah. Now
I like sunsets and Trix yogurt.
Gun to your head. You like sunsets?
Yes.
Okay.
And I love Trix yogurt. It's elite.
No free ads.
But that's a good free ad.
Do they exist? They're still
Trix
kicking?
yogurts?
Yeah.
I think they still
When
exist.
you got kids, you would know.
What?
Are kids still crushing Trix?
I don't. We just do regular yogurts. I haven't done the Trix yogurts yet. They get
Trix yogurt was discontinued in 2016.
cereal.
Oh, but it's since returned to the market.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Have you sent it?
Sent.
Okay,
Would
sent.
love to have you on the show to tell your side of how things went at LSU and what's on the horizon. How about that? Future's bright.
Love it.
He's a big horizon
All right,
guy.
I'm sending right. Hey, Coach, Big Cat here, just following up on PFT's DM.
Yep.
And then Hank, you send him.
He doesn't actually follow me. I was joking.
Oh,
I think
God
that should do it though. I think these back-to-back DMs.
thanks so much. Talk soon.
Like that.
Yep.
Strike
Hit him
that.
with the talk soon.
Strike that. I love that.
Yeah. The talk soon is good because he's like, hey, well, are we going to talk soon?
will
Yeah,
talk
we're going
soon.
to talk soon.
Yep.
My cool throne is our good friends at Chili's because Chili's has said that they've heard us. They said, okay, we hear you and we hate when you all are mad at us. We're working on bringing Skillet Queso back to Chili's very soon. Stay tuned for a date. This is why Chili's is the best. This is why Chili's is for the people.
This is why bullying is good.
Yes. And it was a light bullying
Yeah, it was
because
light.
we talked to someone at Chili's and we're like, hey, listen, it's not bullying like, hey, we're going to skull fuck you. It's bullying like, hey, can you please just listen to us? We love you, Chili's.
Yeah. It was like 2 weeks ago, I tweeted at Chili's about the Skillet Queso. Big Cat, you tweeted at Chili's about the Skillet Queso.
Yep, sure did.
They came into the there's a good chance that in some big board meeting they had like a screenshot of our tweets
Oh, definitely.
being like we got to do.
We can't lose these guys. These guys are our best friends.
So sometimes being a good friend is telling hard truths.
Absolutely.
Tell the truth.
CJ Stroud taught us that.
Having an uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah.
And that's we're happy to do that for you, Chili's.
Also, shout out Twitter user Patrick Comiskey. He tweeted that went semi-viral. He said, at the Chili's bar at O'Hare, guy sitting next to me isn't flying anywhere, lives in the area, stopped here for a drink. This is, without a doubt, the most insane thing I've ever witnessed. I think this guy rocks.
Yeah.
He just goes.
That guy just lied, by the way.
Why?
Because you need a ticket to get through security.
You might have bought a ticket. You can get a cheap ticket.
All right, shut the fuck up, Max.
Maybe
you
buy Spirit Airways, and then you're like, okay, $50 on a ticket, $100 on a ticket, worth it to get
Memes,
into
jump in here. You replied.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can't.
Yes,
Sounds like you can.
you can. You can buy a ticket.
Yeah,
and then,
you could buy a ticket. I think this guy just lied to the guy.
Or
you
what-
playing that game that you're at the airport, you just make things up.
That's like I'm at Chili's at the O'Hare Airport, and my 4-year-old son Chris just broke down in tears because there's no Skillet Queso on the menu anymore. You're saying that's what it is.
I'm not saying that's a lie. I'm saying this is a lie.
What if he just told security he was just getting Chili's? Have you thought about that?
Yeah,
they probably let him
It was
through.
like, hey,
I
I need to real quick. Just let me hop in here. I need to grab some Chili's.
That sounds like how terrorism starts.
All right, Max. You know what? You're the
Terrorism.
worst.
Whoa.
You're the worst. Hank was the worst. Now you're the worst.
No Hamas, Max.
I'm
No
just-
Hamas.
I don't want you to get got.
I'm not getting got.
You're getting got.
I like this story. I like to believe in something.
But it's an impossible thing to believe in.
Zach, what's your hot seat cool tour? Brutal.
My hot seat this week is going to be the PlayStation 4 community because it has been announced that here soon PlayStation 4 will stop getting considered for titles, stop making the PS4 games, only for the PS5, and also that as of April 2026 they will shut down the servers.
Oh.
So what an era, but it's over.
So what is this?
You got to upgrade.
You got to upgrade to
This actually-
PS5. Got it.
They're squeezing them out.
I think this happened to me. I actually tried to fire up my PS4 this weekend. I didn't know this, but it wouldn't let me sign in. It wouldn't let me sign into my PlayStation Network. And then I looked it up online, and a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, they're not letting me sign in either. Like they're just not letting you play. You can't play if you can't sign in."
That might just be like a soft squeeze out before.
Yeah, it's a soft squeeze.
Soft
out.
bench.
Oh no!
And I
squeezed out.
I hadn't fired. I had like a lazy Saturday, and I was like, "Fuck it, let me fire up the PS4. I haven't played in a while." And then it let me sign into Wi-Fi on the PS4. But then once I tried to sign into my PlayStation Network, it just said error. And then I looked it up, and a bunch of other people are like, "Yeah, it's doing that to me too. I don't know why."
Now, what games can you play on PlayStation 4 that are like the most popular that you cannot play on PlayStation 5? Like what games are we going to lose?
So I'm pretty sure a lot of the games become backwards compatible, so you can play the games. It's more so upcoming titles you'll no longer be able to play on the PS4.
Okay.
You got to hit the Best Buy or you got to hit a technology store and get new console.
Okay, gotta hit the store.
Got it.
Thank you, Zach.
And then your cool throne.
When's PlayStation 6 going to come out?
Is there?
I know the new Xbox is rumored next year. I'm not sure about the PlayStation. But both of those consoles will probably still come out before we get GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts. GTA 6 never coming out.
It's never coming out.
Never
no.
coming out.
It's just an idea of a game.
Yeah.
I should just skip to 7.
I don't hate that.
All right. What's your cool throne?
My
How's
cool
your throat?
We're getting back up to 100% capacity on the vocal cords.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Sick. You were sick. Are sick. Am sick.
I feel I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so.
You
though.
can just admit that you're sick.
I don't think I'm. It is a possibility.
Okay.
But it doesn't feel. I'm like contained sick, not contagious sick.
Contained sick.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not an outbreak.
No outbreaks. Super contained. One vessel,
contained.
my body.
Yeah. How's the diet going in the booth?
Really good day.
It's a bad day to talk about it.
Why? Why? What happened?
It's over.
I've had a good 48 hours.
It's over?
It's over.
What do you mean it's over?
We have to lose like 55 pounds in 2 months.
Okay, just do it.
Nah.
How much ice cream did you guys have today?
I've had 0 ice cream since Sunday.
I've actually had 0 ice cream since Sunday
But
as
I
well.
did have
Me
one
too.
of the Stephen Chase Sundays, which is probably like 5,000 calories.
Yeah. I've been
But it's so good.
I'm just kind of keeping my ice cream to a couple times. Football days.
Yeah.
Sunday.
There's football on
That
tonight.
was my
Thursday.
last one.
Football's
Thursday.
tonight.
Yeah, there is football on tonight. But we won't be here, so. Okay, your cool throne.
My cool throne today is going to be. I think heists are back again. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's another heist.
No.
This time not in the Louvre. This time in the United States, Florida Mall, from the roof, propelling through a concrete ceiling into
What?
Champ Sports.
What?
What were they stealing at Champ Sports that they had to go through the ceiling?
So many Nikes.
This is such a
most
funny,
Nikes.
funny dichotomy of,
That's
these
our Louvre.
French dudes stealing Napoleon's wife's crown, and then we just got dudes going into Dick's and just being like, yeah, I want some Nikes.
I got the new Angel Reese's.
Just all the Air Maxes. They
That's
deployed from the
sick.
ceiling.
Do you think they put them on and ran around in the champs just to test them out? You have to.
You got to make sure your size is right.
Yeah.
So was this when the store was closed, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's kind of my dream when I was 12, 13 years old, is just being locked inside of a sporting goods store. Imagine how much fun that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would do a heist and break into a Dick's just to be there for like 6 hours.
just to
fucking
hang out.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like $400,000 to $500,000 or $40,000 to $50,000 valued on sneakers. 400 pairs, like roughly 100 pairs left behind because they just didn't have enough space in the getaway car. They were throwing them off the roof in trash bags.
Did they catch him?
Uncaught burglars.
Love that.
Wow.
Back-to-back heists.
Love
that.
No
Heist.
heists are
What?
They caught the Louvre
Caught
guys.
the
Oh, they
guys.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
What happened?
Trying to get out of town.
Oh shit.
They haven't caught the mastermind though.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Good. Hopefully he's still out there. How many Louvre guys did they catch?
2.
2 of them?
2 on
What,
the
they were
run.
trying to get out of town,
Yeah.
and they just got him right on the way out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That had to be an inside job, right?
Well, they caught one on the way out of town, and then they caught. I think the guy might have snitched.
Oh man, could have used some pizza and cheesesteaks to not snitch. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Boeuf de fromage.
Yeah.
Je suis,
I don't like what
je
you guys
suis,
are
je suis grand dame.
Okay.
Grand dame. The French big dame would be hilarious.
So funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Probably
get to our interview with Andy Staples. We're going to talk some college football, coaching carousel, and a lot more. Before we do that, PFT, you got a couple ads?
Yes, before we get into Andy Staples, he's being brought to you by our great friends over at Twisted Tea. I had some Twisted Teas tailgating in the Arrowhead Stadium yesterday. They were delicious. Met up with KC Wolf in the parking lot, offered him my Twisted Tea, then yoink, pulled it away. Classic hijinks. Twisted Tea is great during football season. It's great outdoors. It's a great way to start or end the night. Love Twisted Tea. My favorite flavor is the half and half. The half and half is so good. Big Cat, what's your favorite Twisted Tea?
I like the original. Tall Boys original.
Yeah,
and peach.
We had some big cans. The peach is really, really good. Nothing ruins a good Halloween party like running out of drinks, and the only thing scarier than a haunted house is an empty cooler with no Twisted Teas. Twisted Tea is real brewed iced tea, 5% alcohol, no carbonation. It's the drink that says, yeah, I can wear a costume and still win my bets. So if you're tailgating dressed as a zombie or at a house party checking your team lineups between rounds, Twisted Tea is the one thing that always comes in clutch. Your costume might be questionable, but your drink shouldn't be. So whether it's kickoff or costume time, bring Twisted Tea and keep it twisted all Halloween weekend long. Andy Staples is also brought to you by our great friends over at Venmo, where you can kick off college sports season with a college brand Venmo debit and unlock 40% off a Big Ten Plus subscription. You also get a free year of Perplexity Pro and cash back from some favorite brands, all while you show school spirit with custom card designs that feature select college teams. The Venmo debit card works hand in hand with the Venmo app you already know and love. Got paid back for dinner? Immediately access money. It's right there in your Venmo balance, and you can choose to spend it on whatever you want, from game day tickets to tailgating snacks. Add your card to your mobile wallet as soon as you sign up. Pay online and in-store right from your phone. Score more with the Venmo debit card and access fan rewards from Big Ten Plus and Perplexity Pro. Sign up today. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Max cash back varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. And now here's Andy Staples.
Okay, we now welcome on our very, very, very good friend. He is a college football insider expert. It is Andy Staples from On3 Sports. Andy, what a college football season we've had. The play has been great. We have some legitimate, awesome storylines. But more than anything, we want to start with the coaching carousel. Let's start with this. Let's start with you ranking the job openings, and also tell me how pissed off you would be if you were a Penn State Nittany Lion fan, because if you flash back 3 weeks, you were like, we are the premier job opening, and now they have been jumped in line by at least 2 schools, and there could be more openings. So let's start with the rankings of what is the most sought after job opening.
Glad to hear you agree with me on 1 and 2, Big Cat. I actually had to rank these 4 on 3, so I did a column on this week. So I pissed off my own alma mater, the fans of my own alma mater, the people I live with in town, because I had LSU number 1 and I had Florida number 2. And the reason I had LSU number 1, 3 of the last 4 coaches have won national titles. One of those is Nick Saban. He's an all-time great, of course. Are we sure Les Miles and Ed Orgeron are? And I know you guys are great friends of Coach O. We had him on our show last week. Love Coach O. But I don't think I'd put him in the same boat as, say, Nick Saban and Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer.
Fair.
And so Florida, 3 national titles in the program's history. I might have been on one of those teams. 2 Hall of Fame coaches. So I think it's a little easier to win at LSU. There is an advantage at LSU where every kid who lives in the state, grows up in the state, wants to grow up and be a Tiger. And in Florida, it is bare knuckle boxing for every single recruit, with between Florida, Miami, and Florida State, and also when Alabama and Ohio State come down. LSU has an advantage that only Ohio State really has anywhere else. And in the NIL era, as long as you're adequately funded, you can take advantage of that. And I think LSU will be adequately funded. So that's why I got LSU number 1. Florida, I have number 2 over Penn State for the simple reason of you've got to be better than Billy Napier. And at Penn State, you've got to be better than James Franklin. And one of those things is easier than the other.
Yep, that's fair.
That's definitely fair.
So Penn State 3. And then this is where it gets interesting, because there's a lot of teams that are kind of in that mid-tier level that are going to be fighting for their next coach.
I got my number 4 is going to piss off some people, and I think maybe surprise some people. Arkansas.
Okay.
So I looked at the John Calipari hire in basketball. Tyson Foods obviously putting a lot of the money toward that. They have massive corporate support there. Walmart's all over their field and all over their stadium. If they get their corporate money excited, you can be funded very well at Arkansas. And I turned on this one, actually a commenter on my show, because I was saying, I don't know if you can be good at Arkansas while Ole Miss is good and while Missouri's good. And this commenter on my show goes, Andy, what did you think of the Ole Miss job before they hired Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
And I'm like, touche. So that's like, you make the right hire at Arkansas, you can have what Lane Kiffin is at Ole Miss. You can have what Eli Drinkwitz is at Missouri, what Clark Lee is at Vanderbilt. So if they nail the hire, they can be competitive in the SEC. Like, there's no reason they can't. What you're seeing at Vanderbilt, what you're seeing at Missouri and Ole Miss prove that. Because if you go back 5 years and say, well, Matt Luke's Ole Miss is equivalent to Sam Pittman's Arkansas, and I mean, it's parallels all over the place. If you make this hire right, that's a good job.
Yep. Internet commenters telling the truth. You listen to them.
Right.
We are legion. Expect us.
Yes.
So
this guy spelled everything right, though. So
unfortunate. What about Penn State though? Like, if Penn State, do they have to act fast? I feel like now Penn State is in panic mode, where it's like, maybe not panic mode, but it's like, the timetable got sped up so much that they want to nail something down before these other dominoes start to fall.
I don't think they have to act fast. I think they because they might be fishing from a different pond as Florida and LSU. Like Florida and LSU probably both want Lane. Like I know Florida wants Lane. I would imagine LSU wants Lane too. But Penn State might be looking at a different group of candidates. And there's a name that I'm going to bring up, PFT, and I'm sorry.
Don't do it. Because I told Big Cat last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I was like, I know this is irrational right now, but the fact that SIG is having such success at Indiana, you're going to find some ADs that are like, we have to find the next SIG. Oh, yeah, let's just go back to JMU and get Bob Chesney. And I was like, I know it's irrational. And Big Cat was like, I don't think that he's going to be in there for Penn State. I feel like he's right in there for like if UNC opens up.
Yeah, there's other ones for sure.
Certainly Virginia Tech. But the more I think about it, the more I am now actually starting to worry about Penn State.
You should. So now I will say the next Curt Cignetti, if you're looking for the Curt Cignetti profile, like guy in his 60s who's coached at all these different levels and won, it's actually Willie Fritz at Houston.
Yeah.
Awesome
who is
coach.
65 and has won it, Sam Houston State and Georgia Southern and Tulane. So that he's the model for that. Bob Chesney is young, devastatingly handsome Curt Cignetti because he's won at Holy Cross. He's won at a small school whose name I can't even pronounce. And if I pronounce it, it'll probably sound like a part of a woman's anatomy. The job he's done at JMU has been awesome. Yep. And it's one of those things. So I do a show on Yahoo with Stephen Godfrey and Ross Dellinger, and Stephen Godfrey made this great point. He said, if Bob Chesney had done this and been the coach at Holy Cross and then been the coach at JMU and then gone to, Syracuse, Boston College, any of those, because he's a Northeast guy.
Yeah.
Penn State would just be walking up there and bringing him back. But because he's at JMU, you can't really quite do that. But why does he have to coach at Boston College first?
So that was when PFT brought it up, it's not that he's not a good coach and that Penn State wouldn't be smart to hire him. It's more that Penn State, it feels like, has a little bit of an elitism thing where you got to sell it to all the boosters and they're going to be like, no, we're not. We're supposed to be getting a Lane Kiffin. We're not supposed to be getting JMU's coach, which is stupid reasoning, but I do think that reasoning probably will prevail with the people who, spend money at Penn State.
Well, and the hardest part for the person who takes the Penn State job, and I think this is going to scare some people off, the guy they just fired went 34-8 in his last 3 full seasons. Like, you have to do better than that.
Yeah.
And so there's only one comparison I can make to a recent, semi-recent firing. It's when Georgia fired Mark Richt after the 2015 season, where Mark Richt is winning double-digit games every year, but it's just not quite enough. And the reason Georgia did it when they did it, well, there's a couple things. One, they freaked out and started Fatan Bauta in the Florida game. The offensive coordinator, by the way, who made that decision or helped make that decision, now the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And I have a bounty out. I will pay any NFL reporter who will ask Brian Schottenheimer in a Cowboys press conference about Fatan Bauta $500 right now. So just please do that.
We'll match. So $1,000.
But the Georgia fires Mark Richt because South Carolina is about to hire Kirby Smart, and they didn't want to miss out on Kirby Smart. Is there a Kirby Smart out there? And if you're Penn State, you're probably not looking in the coordinator pool because there's not an obvious Kirby Smart type in the coordinator pool. You're probably looking in the Power Conference head coach pool, but that means like Clark Lee at Vanderbilt, who's at his alma mater, who, by the way, is probably going to get calls for these other SEC jobs. Like, if you're Penn State, I'd call Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, but I think he's going to tell you no.
I think Marcus Freeman already signed his new contract.
Yeah,
that's my thought on Marcus Freeman, because I know Notre Dame fans are mad whenever his name comes up. I'm saying it right now. I think Marcus Freeman will have his new contract announced at the end of the season, but he's already signed it.
I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked, Big Cat. So there's a lot of – it's tough for Penn State because – are there assistant coaches? Are there coordinators who fit? Like Will Stein at Oregon is a hot name as a coordinator, but I don't know that he would fit in the Penn State search, even though I think he could very much figure in, let's say, if Florida State opens or something like that. And he's worked kind of all over the place. Like he's from Louisville. He's worked in Texas. Now he's in Oregon. But don't know if that worked. One interesting name I heard today that I'll throw out there, and I just think this guy's interesting from his background and what he's done. and this is not necessarily just for Penn State. This is for some other jobs that may open. I don't know, in the Big Ten, like maybe Michigan State might open, maybe Wisconsin might open. What about Brian Hartline, the offensive coordinator at Ohio State? Best receivers coach in the world. I will say that, like, I'm not being hyperbolic. He's better than anybody else in college and probably better than anybody in the NFL. He's one of the best recruiters ever. Like, if I said stud receivers coach, who's his team's best recruiter, who am I talking about circa 2000? Who's that person?
Would that be Urban Meyer?
That would be Urban Meyer. That would be Urban Meyer at Notre Dame. Now, he had to go to Bowling Green in Utah. But Hartline, because of who he can recruit to your program, probably commands a little bit higher first step.
And you can't beat him, so you might as well just copy him. And right. that solves that. All right, so yeah, I mean, the Penn State job will be very interesting, especially because it feels like the minute Matt Rule was named for that job, Nebraska's taking a nosedive in play on the field. I have a question about going back to LSU real quick. So Brian Kelly, I don't think I've ever seen a coach get fired and not one person has said a nice thing about him. It actually makes, like, James Franklin looks like the greatest guy ever, because when James Franklin got fired, and you could say whatever you want about James Franklin, there was a ton of stories that came out being like he cared, he would, call, like I saw a former player who was a walk-on, was like he called and gave a note to my prospective employer and like shit like that, showing up, texting. Every single story about Brian Kelly is he's the worst human being ever. What in terms of Brian Kelly and LSU, do you think LSU will learn their lesson from this? Do you think they'll say, hey, maybe, and understand it's like the whole outsider thing. I think winning cures all. But do you think LSU is going to be like, hey, we did this. We got the number one guy. We got the guy who's had tons of success. Maybe let's not do that again and not pay, $50 million for the top guy.
I think it depends on who makes the hire for LSU.
Yeah.
Scott Woodward is their athletic director. He's the guy who hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. Then he gets hired at LSU. He runs off Ed Orgeron. And, if we're talking about fit, nobody fit LSU better than Ed Orgeron, and he got fired 20 months after he won the national title. So it's not like fit doesn't matter. Where you're from doesn't matter. It matters if you win. But Scott Woodward, and he told me this once, this was after he hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, that after he hired Chris Peterson when he was Washington's athletic director, he realized, I always need to go for the biggest name I can get. Because the Chris Peterson one was, they had just lost Sark to USC. He was looking at some different candidates, and he got a surprise call from Chris Peterson's agent and was like, oh, I didn't even realize we'd be in the ballpark for that one. And so his thinking has always been since then, go for the biggest name you can get. Go for the biggest splash you can get. I don't know that he's going to be the one making the hire. The press release after the Brian Kelly firing suggests he is, but LSU is going to name a new president here in the next week or so. So we're going to find out who's going to make that hire. If it's Scott Woodward, I would expect yet another big name. If it's not, then I would expect a more kind of thorough search.
And what's the number? Because I think that if you're a Florida, LSU, even Penn State, you have to at least call Nick Saban. You have to at least call Urban Meyer. You have to, right? Is there a number?
Make these guys say no.
I mean, Nick Saban did famously say his biggest regret in his career was going to the Dolphins and leaving LSU, and he was the one who kind of started this rebirth of LSU. So do you at least call and say a number? Is the number 25 million? Is it 30 million? I don't know what the number is.
For Saban, I would offer 30 million. That's the one when he was at Alabama, when he got his last contract before he retired at Alabama. I tried to calculate what he's actually worth, because I was using like how much their out-of-state enrollment has gone up, how much their applications have gone up, like what he's actually worth to the university. And 30 million was still a bargain. So sure, offer Nick Saban 30 million and see if he'll leave College Game Day. I don't think he will.
I don't think so either.
He decided this particular version of the game, he's the best adapter the game's ever seen. He got tired of adapting, and he didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, I think he's waiting on Sark to go to the NFL, and then he goes to Texas, finally going to Austin. And Miss Terry, I believe she has a house there. The realtors told me.
I believe Miss Terry has gone to Austin 1,754 times to look at houses.
Yeah.
Like, she must know every realtor in Austin by sight.
Yeah, she is the de facto warlord of Westlake Hills.
Yeah.
That's where she's at when she's at home. Yeah.
Along the same lines, does Florida call Urban Meyer?
I would think Urban and Florida are in constant contact. I mean, Billy Gonzalez, who's the interim coach at Florida, is a guy who came up, through Urban's staff. So I do think they're in communication already. The thing about Urban, I'm curious, the stuff that made it not work in Jacksonville, all of that stuff exists in college football now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know that Urban's management style is going to work in today's college football. He would have to change the way he coaches pretty significantly because, back in the day, he's coaching at Florida early in his tenure at Ohio State. It's, you do it my way or you're on the next bus out of town.
Right.
You do that now to a player, and that player is just going to turn and look at you and be like, motherfucker, George is going to have me on a private jet if this doesn't work out.
Sweet.
So,
next bus on town, I'm out. Yeah.
Although anyone, you can get free tattoos everywhere now. Not a problem.
That's Jim Tressel.
Yeah, Tressel. Yeah, good point. That was preceding. Urban Meyer ran
He's a lieutenant governor,
clean.
by the way.
Yeah.
So.
I know.
Yeah.
Urban was squeaky clean at Ohio State. I want to make sure that I say that. I don't want to get sued, Urban.
Do we put any credence or validity into the rumors that Florida and LSU might call for Luke Fickell?
I saw that yesterday on the internet. I don't really know who put that out there.
Crazy. There's a lot of rumors. I mean, I would hate to lose him, but I understand you got to do what's best for your family. If LSU calls, you got to take that job.
He did take a group of 5 team to the 4-team playoff.
That's what I'm saying. If the NCAA ever decides they're going to go backwards and go back to a 4-team playoff, don't you want a guy who can prove that he can get to a 4-team playoff?
I listen. I'm having a hard time saying no here. As a Florida grad, like, I don't represent all of the Florida Gators. They've not bestowed hiring power upon me, but I think I got to put them on the list, don't I?
The college football world, internet world, is like the last great place that you control because the amount of people that just were like, "What are you talking about, Luke Fickell?" and like suddenly throwing him in the name and then making up. I photoshopped those message boards that I now have seen been shared by other people who've just like tweeted it as their own, as if they're real. Listen, just get the buzz going, Luke Fickell.
I saw the best example of this yesterday. I can't even remember what site it was. It was one of the, it was Sports Illustrated. Well, the zombie version of Sports Illustrated that exists now, not the one I worked at. But their Virginia Tech site broke down Josh Heupel as a candidate for Virginia Tech's job opening.
I love that.
And you guys know Vol Twitter is the most combustible force on the internet.
I respect them.
Poking Vol Twitter with that particular pointy stick, I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
So, Heupel, I think, if anything, if someone were to hire Heupel, I feel like the NFL would make a lot of sense for the offense that he runs. He's not going to Virginia Tech. He's not going to
that offense. I'm pretty sure the NFL folks think will never work in the NFL. So
they said that about the read option too at one point.
They did, and it's interesting because Lane Kiffin runs that offense. That it's the old Art Briles Baylor offense is what it is.
Yeah.
And it has evolved to a point where I do think you're seeing elements of it get moved up to the NFL. But no, I think they love Heupel at Tennessee.
There's some good money there for him too.
He's got his alma mater this week in a loser. This is a playoff elimination game. 6-2 versus 6-2. So if he beats Oklahoma, oh boy, he's a popular dude in Knoxville.
I got one more question about the coaching stuff, and then maybe we can talk a little bit about the games that are coming up. But when it comes to the buyouts that seem to be everywhere, if you're a major program, you write in a nice buyout for a coach to entice them to take the job. Is there going to be a point that we reach where the schools are going to get together and say, hey, let's just do some basic collusion here and not write these buyouts in? I know the agents are going to be upset, but like, you see how high they're getting now, and it feels like this is I don't know if it's a bubble or if it's just going to keep going up, but it does feel unsustainable.
I thought the era of player pay was going to suppress the coaches' salaries and the guarantees and the buyouts, but it's actually making it worse because these schools are under pressure to hire the biggest possible name. So let's throw out Lane Kiffin. So Ole Miss wants to keep Lane Kiffin. Florida wants to get Lane Kiffin. And let's say LSU also wants to get Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin to get hired at any of these places or to stay at Ole Miss, you're talking probably 13, 14 million a year, which, by the way, will get Kirby Smart a raise. And now the state of Mississippi, you can ask Brandon Walker about this, has a law that says you can only sign a certain length contract as a state institution. I think it's 4 years. But the states of Louisiana and Florida don't have that law. And I'm sure if you're Ole Miss, there's some stuff you can do to make the person feel more comfortable that they're guaranteed some money for a long time. But like if you're Florida or LSU trying to get Lane Kiffin away from Ole Miss, you're going to have to pay him like 13, 14 million a year and fully guarantee it for like 10 years. And that's just the price of doing business. Now, I think they should do it a little bit differently, and not with the Lane Kiffin level where there are multiple giant schools fighting over you. But if you're going against one other school, or you're just going against the current school the guy's at, and they're making significantly less at that school, there's a way to do this. And I was talking to someone who listens to my show who works in Hollywood about this. And so they were telling me that they had to change the way they did all the actors' contracts when the streaming services came along. Because before, you'd sign a deal for a TV show, and the hope is that that show goes into syndication. There's tons of back-end mailbox money. But if you do a deal with Netflix, Netflix just owns the thing. There's no mailbox money. So they got to pay it all up front. And so what this person says is do it that way, but just shorten the term. So you're guaranteeing less money. And I'll use Florida as an example. When Florida hired Billy Napier, I believe it was a 7-year deal. It was either a 6 or 7 year deal at $6.5 million a year. And I believe 75% of the contract was guaranteed. So when all is said and done, they will have ended up paying Billy Napier roughly $45 million, I think, when all is said and done on this deal. If they had gone to him and said, Billy, we will give you a 3-year guaranteed deal, fully guaranteed $10 million a year. There's no way the coach at Louisiana Lafayette is going to turn that down. There's no way Jimmy Sexton is going to tell him not to take it. And you're only on the hook for $30 million. And at the end of the third season, I guarantee you they would have said, no, we're not signing you to a new contract.
Yeah.
Like that's maybe the way they need to go, which is interesting because you are paying more up front, but you're not guaranteeing as much on the back end. But as soon as Cignetti did his new deal, I was like, there's no way they're going to that.
No.
Indiana just put itself on the hook for $95 million.
Crazy. I do have one last coaching question. It's a hypothetical. It's not happening, but what if? There's 2 more jobs that I threw out there on Monday's PMT that could potentially open.
Okay.
One being Alabama, not because of firing, but because Kalen DeBoer might not like it there. And 2 being USC because of firing. Is there any world that happens and like that would just become the most chaotic because you just had 2 more premier jobs opening up?
I don't think USC is going to pay to fire Lincoln Riley. I think they're going to be good enough this year, and they feel like the way they're recruiting, they're going to be very good over the next few years. So I think unless there's if they go lose to Nebraska and then they lose to Iowa and then they get their doors blown off by Oregon, that would be a different story. But I think they're going to beat Nebraska. I think the Iowa game will be very interesting. I wouldn't pick them against Oregon, but I certainly wouldn't be shocked if they beat them. So I think USC is in an okay place. I don't think Kalen DeBoer is going to pull the I don't like it at Alabama. They're worshiping him now. He's got the black hoodie of death. And I do realize if he loses one game, they'll feel differently. But he's in a good spot. He's got his favorite OC, Ryan Grubb, back. I think he's staying there for a little while, or probably a good while if things turn out well. And the way they're playing, I actually think if they just played really good teams and avoided playing bad teams, they'd have no problem. It's when they play the bad teams that they have a problem. But no, I don't think those. But you want me to let me list you the could opens.
Okay.
Still, I made this list this morning. Auburn, Baylor, Florida State, Kentucky, Michigan State, Maryland, NC State, North Carolina, Wisconsin. Those are all could opens. I would think more than half of those will open.
Yeah. Yeah. And boy, Luke Fickell would go to Florida or LSU under this. So
of course, he's just leaving because they said you've done such an amazing job in Madison.
Well, no, the smart thing for anyone out there who's looking to hire a coach is the price is going to go up once Luke Fickell turns the corner. Now, would the corner be turned in 5 years from now? I don't know, but you want to jump in now. This is when you buy the stock.
Big Cat, I almost texted you. I was sitting in my car waiting for my daughter to get out of dance class on the week of the Wisconsin-Maryland game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going through schedules. And I looked and saw Wisconsin's schedule.
Yep.
And I texted my co-host, Ari Wasserman. I said, Ari, tell me what you see if they lose to Maryland this week.
Yep.
And he immediately texts back 2-10.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
This is possible.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's happening. It's going to happen. They don't have a win. They can't score points. They're dog shit on offense. And their defense actually has been better this year than it was last year, but everyone gets hurt on offense.
Can I ask you about the Chris McIntosh statement? Because
it was garbage.
I was very confused by that. It came out the same day as the Florida State statement, which was basically, we're going to fire Mike Norvell. Don't worry about it. We're just trying to gather the money. At least that's what I got reading between the lines. The Wisconsin one, I couldn't understand if Chris McIntosh is saying that he's not good at his job because he hasn't given Luke Fickell the resources he needs, or that nobody knew what to do.
Yeah, he isn't good at his job. They basically, that statement to me read that Chris McIntosh knew that if Luke Fickell got fired, he would also be fired. He really wants to keep his job. So they essentially are like, hey, and this is my ultimate fear about Wisconsin, is what's going to happen is they're going to throw a bunch of money at the team. They're not going to fire anyone. They're going to throw a bunch of money in this offseason. If you look at their schedule next year, it's a lot softer. They had the hardest schedule in the country this year.
Yeah.
So it's the way they've looked that's been the disappointing part. I never expected them to be a 7-win team this year. I think they're going to throw a lot of money at it. I think they'll win like 6 or 7 games next year and be like, hey, it's fixed, but it's not fixed. And then we just continue the path to just
even with more money, it's going to be hard to recruit to that. You're going to have to overpay to get people to come into a volatile situation. Yeah, it's that's the part I don't think people understand is even though the players are getting paid and you can offer, it's just like anything else. When you have a weird situation or a potential hot seat situation, like this is with Florida and Billy Napier last year, it was like Billy Napier needs to hire a play calling offensive coordinator.
Who's going to take that job?
He didn't want to, one.
Yeah.
But two, anybody good who would have come, you would have had to like double pay them.
Right.
Because they're risking getting fired after a year.
Right. So that's, we're in a death spiral right now. Just give me Jason Eck or Sean Lewis. That's what, bring back a Badger who understands what Badger football is.
Now, could you guys handle Sean Lewis's offense? Because Sean Lewis runs that old Baylor offense.
Yeah. I mean, he also has a great defense this year at San Diego State. They're a machine.
They won a game 6-3.
Yeah. I listen, Sean Lewis, just a guy who's you're not going to have to pay, $25 million to, but they understand Wisconsin and they'll get a little juice going back in the program.
Yeah. Jason Eck, by the way, great coach, brought Idaho football back from the dead. Now doing great at New Mexico in his first year. Sources have told me best dancing Wisconsin offensive lineman.
Oh,
maybe ever.
Wow.
Sources.
Yeah. And guess what he's done? He played tough against Michigan last year with Idaho. He played tough against Oregon. He punched above his weight. That's the juice you need. But either way, let's talk about the actual games being played right now. It does feel like we're kind of settling into, we have 3 teams, in my opinion, and maybe you could go 4 if you want to add Alabama, which I'm more than willing to hear because they have run a gauntlet of a schedule. But 3 teams in Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and then maybe Alabama who have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack. And those teams feel like if you told me I get one of those 4 for the national title or the field, I would take definitely one of those 4.
Yeah, and it's Ohio State for me. Because they're the one that feels different from the others. And I think I'm going to have to just say I was wrong because I spent the end of last season, the playoff run for Ohio State, saying we're not going to see another super team like this. We'll never see a team this deep again. And the fact of the matter is we're not seeing it anywhere else. Like Alabama's not that deep. Georgia's not that deep. Texas A&M, as good as they've been, could have lost to Notre Dame, played a really tight game against Arkansas. So we're not seeing it anywhere but Ohio State. Now, we're seeing Indiana kick the crap out of everybody, but also if you put Indiana against Alabama, where's that line going to be? It's going to be a 1-score game. So Ohio State is the one that is a little bit of the outlier here because we were talking about this on my show yesterday. I think I can confidently say Ohio State has the best 2 defensive players in the country in Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs. And then they've also got Jeremiah Smith. They've also got Carnell Tate. So their 2 best receivers might be 2 of the best 3 receivers in the country. And then they're loaded at most of the other positions. So they're so good, they're boring.
Yeah.
And their schedule's not helping because the teams that were supposed to be good on their schedule have kind of stunk.
Yeah. And listen, you could have joined us. We said a month ago that this team's better than last year's Ohio State. And
I
you
love
can
that.
just, you can
And
say
every
whatever
time
you
you
want.
ask somebody that, I'm like, maybe?
Yes. Say it. Just say it.
I got 2025 Ohio State minus 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to even give you that extra half point on a neutral site though in Columbus.
It's tough because I would worry about, I'd worry about both. It might be a 6-3 game.
Yeah.
Like the defenses would dominate this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're an outstanding team. So in terms of how Indiana would match up against Ohio State, it feels like we're just on a crash course. It's going to be destiny. It's going to be a fun game, very anticipated game to watch. Do you think that Indiana has the dogs?
They definitely have a good number of them. I don't know, like if we're comparing to Ohio State, I'm still going to take Arvell Reese and I'm going to take Caleb Downs and I'm going to take Jeremiah Smith. But Indiana absolutely has a bunch of NFL dudes. Like this is not a plucky, feel-good Disney story. Like Indiana beats the crap out of people. Like if you're supposed to lose to Indiana, they beat you by 50. And I think you look at the Oregon game because Oregon is loaded top to bottom with NFL talent. Indiana was absolutely as good or better than Oregon. It's like when Oregon got the pick 6, that's normally when a team that's the plucky Disney story would fold. Indiana's like, whatever, we're just going to drive right back down the field. So, Elijah Surratt's awesome at receiver, D'Angelo Pons at corner. Like these are legit dudes. Mikhail Kamara coming off the edge. Fernando Mendoza is the upgrade. Like they brought back pretty much everything that made last year's team special. And as good as Curtis Rourke was, Fernando Mendoza, and if you ask the NFL scouts, they love him. Like big time upgrade. And so it just makes them that more dangerous.
Yeah. No, Mendoza's awesome. And I also love that his brother's the backup. And then people flipping out that they think that Mendoza's still in like a 50-point game. All right, I have 3 teams for you. I call them it's the Jesse Pinkman. They can't keep getting away with this teams. And it's not that they're bad. It's just that they, week in and week out, are playing games where you're like, how are they getting away with this? Maybe they just win, and that's all that matters. But tell me which one of these teams will stop getting away with it at some point. It's Georgia Tech, it's BYU, and it's Virginia. And again, I like all these teams. They're fun to watch. They have great stories. But if you're a fan of one of those teams, you probably are thinking to yourself, like, we're doing a little bit of tightrope act, and we don't know if it's going to get all the way to the finish line here and get us in the playoff.
It's got to be Virginia.
Yeah.
It's got to be Virginia. Three straight overtime games.
Yeah, against UNC.
At least
UNC outplayed
3 overtime wins.
Yeah.
The North Carolina game, I watched the whole thing. I was pretty sure they were done. I was like, oh, Bill's going to win an ACC game finally. And then when he lined up to go for 2, I was like, I agree with the thinking here, but you're going to lose. And they stuffed him and kept going. But so Virginia plays JKS, Jaron Politelli at Cal this weekend. That's going to be a tricky one. Although I don't think Cal's that great. And you saw that against North Carolina the week before. And then you saw them lose to Virginia Tech. But I do think Virginia is living too dangerously. If they don't lose to Cal, they're going to lose to Wake Forest or Duke. Also, Wake Forest, by the way, is the fun one. If you read the day the season totals came out, I was like, go under 7.5 for North Carolina, go over 4.5 for Wake Forest. Don't bother reading the rest of the article. But just remember those two.
Is that before or after the quarterback ranking?
We don't talk about the quarterback ranking. That never happened.
That's fair.
That's Rocky 5 right there.
Yeah, those are 2 great picks, though.
Yeah.
Pound your chest about the ones you get right because they'll let you know the ones you miss.
And by the way, Georgia Tech, Haynes King might just be he just wins football games. That's what he does.
Although I will say, when we did the who has a backup that they trust in the offseason, because we didn't know who anybody's backup was or what. Aaron Philo is actually pretty good too if Haynes King does get knocked out. So Georgia Tech is a very solidly built team. Brent Key's done a great job there. I'll never forget, did a story the first week he took over for when Jeff Collins got fired. Like he redid their whole punt team because they kept getting punts blocked. And that's something like you don't do that during the week of a game. You do that in spring practice. He did it the week of a game and they never got another punt blocked and were winning games. Like you could tell this guy is going to be special.
Yeah. What about UNC? Because I feel like 2 weeks ago we had those stories that were coming out that said the assistants are looking for jobs. Like this is an active situation that we're monitoring. Bill might not come back next week. It seemed like it was imminent. Like things like he was just going to like walk away and they'd pay him, be like, okay, thanks for your time, Bill. Appreciate the effort. But then they released like a kumbaya statement. We're committed to Bill. What went on behind the scenes there? Do you know any intel as to like what actually happened in that situation? Then what we can expect?
There was a little tiny NCAA thing that happened where one of the assistants got suspended, and I think some people kind of conflated that into they can use that to get out of Bill's buyout, but that's not you can't use that to get out of Bill's buyout. And I do think, and we talked about this that week, like there was a serious destabilization effort going on by someone, and I don't know who it was, but somebody was doing a lot of work to try to destabilize that and put it out there that, Bill might not make it to the Cal game. And it took them 15 hours to put out the two sentences, the one statement from Bill and the one from Bubba Cunningham, the AD, who I'm sure was laughing as he was approving it because he didn't want to hire Bill in the first place. Mm-hmm. But I do think that was more of outside forces trying to destabilize something than them actually trying to get rid of him or do anything. We'll find out because I don't know that they make it to next year. And I know they probably think they are. And I just like Michael Lombardi, the GM, let's be real. They talk about they wanted to be the 33rd NFL team. They fielded the 15th Sun Belt team.
Right. Yeah.
So do you trust him to field a roster this year? I mean, because he's going to say, I've learned. Yeah, but how did you not know?
Right.
And I do not want to hear 70 new players. They got hired when the portal was open. Because Jake Dickert at Wake Forest was hired 7 days after Bill Belichick, and they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be good.
Sounds to me like you didn't read Lombardi's letter. The letter they wrote to the alumni.
It was, typewritten.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It was a beautiful letter. You're not trusting the process right now.
Courier's my favorite font.
By far, my favorite part of that letter was how he was not like lamenting the state of the football team or admitting to any mistakes he had made. He was just saying, I really wish I was as good at messaging as the 76ers were when they were actively tanking.
Yeah, and I want to be like, guys.
Because everyone's mad at me when they sucked. Nobody was mad at Sam Hinkie when they sucked.
You don't get better draft picks for sucking in the ACC.
Right. Mm-hmm. You should.
Yeah.
You just maybe they could get their Markelle Fultz.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a team on the outside looking in right now that you could see like, hey, they're starting to play good ball. They're turning it around. This is a playoff team if they can string it together in November.
I will give you a one that I think is really interesting. And they're not even ranked yet, which kind of surprised me. I thought the voters might rank them this week.
Mm-hmm.
But Iowa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Iowa's got to run the table, but
they're playing
if they can beat USC, they have to beat Oregon too. So they had to go Oregon, USC. But given the way Iowa's played, and you saw them play against Indiana, they get Oregon at home. Like it's really hard to beat those teams back to back. They play Oregon next week. Both of the teams have an open date this week. If you can beat both those two teams, you can win out, and you will make the playoff at 10-2 with that record and that schedule.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Two great losses. I would say that what they did to Minnesota last weekend was pretty crazy to see that amount of points scored by the Iowa Hawkeyes. And how come nobody told me what a great city Iowa City was?
I did.
It is the best. Big Cat did.
I know Big Cat did. I know Big Cat was singing Kinnick's praises last week on the show.
It's the second best Big Ten campus.
Iowa City is incredible. I don't think I've ever been in a drunker city in my life than Iowa City.
They're awesome. I love that place. I just like jogging around that campus. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And Hamburg Inn number 2, which is where all the candidates go during the caucuses.
Yeah.
Where they will literally put gravy on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You name it, they will dump sausage gravy on it. And I just appreciate that.
It's awesome. And Kinnick's a really hard place to play because if you've never been, you are on top. The fans are on top of the players. Like it's severe how you walk in there and you're like, holy shit, they're right there.
Yeah. Kinnick Oklahoma State, the Swamp, like those feel like the most claustrophobic stadiums, the least space between the sideline and the fans.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So if we're looking at your, do you do bracketology, Andy? You're a bracketologist? If we're looking at your
No, but see, I don't go to bed early, though. I stay up and watch the games. Unlike other bracketologists.
Respect.
Yeah, on the selection show, you're not going to take that night off. That's going to be, you're all hands on deck. Is there anybody that you have in the playoff right now? I don't know if you have Iowa actually in your bracket or not, but besides Iowa, do you have anybody that would surprise us?
Well, no, because I have Vanderbilt in there, and I think a lot of people would probably put Vanderbilt in there right now, given the wins they've had and where they're at. I don't think I'm that surprised. I have Memphis as the team coming out of the group of 5. Your Dukes, PFT, they got a shot, but I still think it's going to be the American champ, whether that's Memphis, Tulane, USF, or Navy. But we'll see, because that league just may eat itself.
It might, yeah. Looking at the schedule, they all play each other. They're all really good teams. Like, I think any one of those teams would be worthy of that spot. But the issue is they're just going to
Texas.
Yeah, they're just going to beat each other up at that point. Memphis does look good. Yep.
North Texas. Don't forget about North Texas. All they do is score.
The USF game kind of hurt them. But
for sure.
But Eric Morris, going back to our coaching conversation, the North Texas coach, he may wind up with a power conference job. I know the Oklahoma State folks want him, but watch out for him at Arkansas. Watch out for him. Let's say if Eli Drinkwitz were to leave Missouri, watch out for him.
And if we're going to be consistent, if losing to Louisville on a Friday night is disqualifying, then you got to get Miami out too. If you're going to take JMU out for that, you got to play by the same rules. Miami's out too.
I'm not taking Miami out because I can't put Miami below Notre Dame right now. Notre Dame is protecting Miami.
And Notre Dame's good. I think Notre Dame, like, if you haven't been tuning in, the idea that their defense sucks was first 3 weeks, and they've kind of figured it out. And I'm a believer in CJ Carr.
Yeah. Also, Texas A&M's offense may just be really good.
Yeah.
So
they're electric. Texas A&M leads the league in fast dudes. They just got fast dudes everywhere.
They do, and tough dudes, because that's and I know you guys have heard this story, and we all talked about it over the weekend. You know, Tommy Moffitt was one of the first people out when Brian Kelly got hired at LSU. Tommy Moffitt was the strength coach at LSU under Nick Saban, under Les Miles, under Ed Orgeron, and he went to Texas A&M when Mike Elko got hired there. And one of the things he wanted to do was make a tougher team than LSU. And if you look at the second half of the last 2 years of Texas A&M LSU games, he succeeded.
Yeah. I mean, Mario Craver might be the funnest player to watch with the ball in their hand in college football right now.
Yeah, the Mario Craver, Casey Concepcion, like that's the best receiver portal haul we've seen so far in the portal era.
Yeah. Okay, last question, rollback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rollback.com, promo code TAKE. Let's talk about this week real quick. Do you have a favorite game, favorite bet, favorite thing you're looking forward to? It's not the sexiest slate, but there are some low-key, Vanderbilt, Texas could be an elimination game. There's some interesting games out there. There's the SMU Miami game. There's some good games.
Oh, yeah. So I am going to Ohio State, Penn State, and it's one of those deals where we got an advertiser deal, and this was planned very far in advance, and I'm very curious to see what version of Penn State shows up. I was trying to talk myself into Penn State covering the 20.5, and then I just kept naming players on Ohio State's defense, and I couldn't. So I'd say the game that intrigues me most is a pure playoff elimination game in Knoxville. It's dark mode night in Knoxville. They got the black uniforms. Tennessee, Oklahoma. Absolute winner is alive, loser is dead. And the Oklahoma fans very down on Brent Venables. They'll love him if he wins. The Tennessee fans love Josh Heupel. They'll be down on him if he loses. It's Josh Heupel's alma mater. There's so many subplots there. Joey Aguilar versus John Mateer, the highest priced in the portal versus the guy they picked up, in the discount bin after Nico went to UCLA. Like, it is a lot in one game.
It also is the stoppable force versus the movable object in Oklahoma's offense being stuck in mud and Tennessee's defense being dog piss. Like, which one's going to win in that? I don't know.
Well, and then is Oklahoma's defense really as good as we thought? Because it didn't look that great against Ole Miss.
I don't think they
are. And it may be
are.
a case of they just didn't play some very good offenses early.
That was I took Ole Miss money line last week because I was like, I think they haven't played quarterbacks as good as a Trinidad Chambliss or a Joey Aguilar. So.
And if Tennessee loses, I mean, Heupel might just get on 81 and drive right over to Blacksburg.
Just go right to Virginia Tech, right to Blacksburg, baby.
This would be like I'm done with the program type loss. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
It's not Shane Beamer. It's going to be Josh Heupel. That's the SEC kid. No.
Is Shane Beamer to Tech going to happen? It feels like it has to, right?
Here's my thing about that. And
I
maybe
I'm say Beamer ball.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm too cynical. But South Carolina gave Shane Beamer an extension this past year. So they upped what the buyout would be. If I had one of these contracts, you have to fire my ass. I'm not leaving willingly.
Yeah.
I don't care what the other job is unless it's going to pay me more and guarantee me more. And Virginia Tech won't do that. So, yeah, you have to fire my ass first. I don't know if Shane Beamer feels that way, but that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
All right. Well, Andy,
getting paid to not work would be the best.
It's
would be
the
awesome.
dream.
You saw that? I mean, Brian Kelly went straight to just eat a big plate of queso.
Yeah.
Y'all have had Coach O on the show. Like when we had Coach O on the show last week, he showed us the view from his place in Miami Beach. He's like, that's J-Lo's house over there. Yeah. And I was like,
it's pretty good.
That's the life.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He's got the exact right mentality, which is like, hey, I'm getting paid millions of dollars to just hang out, to just be myself. This is pretty good. Was that true that Brian Kelly, by the way, played like 400 rounds of golf in the 3.5 years or whatever he was in Baton Rouge?
He didn't post his scorecard publicly like Hugh Freeze does, so it's impossible to know.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the rumor that I heard, and I know that Hank was appreciating that. He's like, man, I should have kept him around for a little bit longer. Good guy.
I know where you get your Brian Kelly LSU intel, guys.
Yeah.
I'm considering the source.
T-Bob, yeah.
Well, it's from Kane, the dog at Raising Cane's.
Yeah. All right, Andy, you're the best. Everyone go listen to Andy on 3 Network, and appreciate it, Andy. Going to be a very fun coaching carousel, and I'm sure we'll have you back on when it all starts kicking off.
Appreciate it, guys.
Andy Staples is brought to you by Chevy and the Chevy Silverado. Football season's here, and whether you're grinding through the week or gearing up for kickoff, there's one ride that's always game ready, the Chevy Silverado. The Silverado is a longtime partner of Part of My Take. It's our favorite truck, and it's all about grit. From job site to tailgate, Silverado lets you show up strong and tackle any task. It's built for the hustle, ready for the game. The Silverado is America's most dependable full-size truck. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Head to chevy.com to learn more and build your own Chevy Silverado today. Andy Staples is also brought to you by Hulu and their new series, Chad Powers, original series starring Glenn Powell. It's streaming right now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+, and it is one wild ride. 8 years after flushing his college football career down the toilet, hotshot quarterback Russ Holliday is determined to reclaim his former glory by disguising himself as Chad Powers. Chad's an oddball athletic talent who walks on to the struggling South Georgia Catfish to once again take college football by storm. But this hilarious half-hour comedy series isn't just about football. It's a heartfelt comeback story. Everyone can relate to it. The finale dropped last night, so don't miss Glenn Powell as Russ Holliday and Chad Powers. 2 identities, 1 icon, 0 shame. The all-new Hulu original series, Chad Powers, now streaming. And if you're a bundle subscriber, you can also stream it on Hulu on Disney+. Terms apply.
Okay, let's wrap up. We've got guys on chicks. Henry?
Guys talking chicks.
Yeah. I've hung out with a guy 3 times where he asked me out in person, and it's been really great. Even got dinner on the last date. I asked him to stay over after the date, and he didn't because of work, and now things don't feel the same. Is it doomed?
He had to shit.
Or fart.
Yeah.
Shit or fart.
That's a shit situation. Like you can't stay over if you know you have to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I mean, they're doomed. Like,
yeah, they're doomed because the guy shits a lot, but you're also doomed. They 3 dates?
Yeah, she asked him to stay over.
Yeah. But okay, put yourself in that guy's pants for a second, and if you have to shit,
yeah,
I'm saying that is the move that you would pull, right? If it was like a really bad shit, maybe she had a small apartment, you can't go back.
No, you can't.
You can't do it
because you know that it's just not. You're just facing the ultimate. What the hell just happened? You blew up my bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't.
I think maybe next time you hang out with him, you just start talking about like the worst shit that you've had recently, and then see if he responds with his own shit story. You got to make him comfortable enough to tell you that, hey, I had to shit.
Or just if you invite him back, be like, I live in an apartment building and there is a bathroom in the lobby if you need to freshen up.
We have I've got a really loud bathroom fan. It's like the loudest thing that I've ever heard.
And when someone's in the bathroom,
come check it out?
Yeah, when someone's in the bathroom in my apartment, I like to go underneath my bed.
Yeah.
Make it easy for him.
Hey guys, female AWL here. I want to know what each of you thinks is the hottest Halloween costume for a girl. Include the Booth Boys. Also, does PFT support equal pay? I'm still waiting for my money from him. ...
Oh,
Money?
You want any female AWL's money?
Not that I know of.
damn.
That's okay. I guess I might owe her money.
Yeah,
I'll look
but not
into
that much.
I'll get my team on it.
because remember, it's a woman.
Yeah.
So
I'll get-
like 60% of what you'd pay a male.
Yeah,
AWL?
I'd say probably, yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Sorry, what's the
Hottest Halloween costume. It is
Drake May.
I'll say this right now.
A brain.
Hot. Yeah, that's a good one. Hot girls. It's just so easy on Halloween. They just have it so fucking easy. They don't have to think about. They don't have to be funny. They don't have to think of anything elaborate. They could literally just put on like a black leotard, push up their tits, and draw a couple whiskers and be like, I'm a cat. Oh, that's hot.
Or just not draw the whiskers, same outfit. I'm a witch.
Yeah. A nurse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just the possibilities are endless, right? It's. I feel. Would you say that? How would you rank like hot girls? This is their A1 holiday, right? This is their 1-1 holiday.
Easily.
Has to be.
Yeah, it's like taking batting practice.
Right.
Yeah, very, very easy.
You can 1-1 holiday for fat dudes, St. Patrick's Day, because it's still cold. Can wear a sweatshirt.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. Okay, I was thinking like drinking holidays, but yeah, that's a family holiday. But yes,
4th of July is pretty good for fat guys too. 4th of July. Riot.
Yeah, but then you gotta
take your shirt off at the pool.
Yeah, but you got the fireworks. Everyone's drunk. Actually, all holidays are pretty good for fat guys.
Holidays are good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I like holidays.
Thank you for taking a stand, Max.
Yeah, I was saying more drinking holidays, not because yes, Thanksgiving's the 1-1 holiday period, but you don't think so?
You're a Christmas guy
or 4th of July?
Both.
4th of July.
I like Memorial Day. Like Memorial Day weekend is like my favorite weekend of the year because it kicks off summer.
Oh, that's when your dudes kiss you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was. Yeah,
it was.
Was.
I just like Thanksgiving because it's a holiday built around football and eating.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about
when you think about it? Do we do Thanksgiving every Sunday here?
Mm-hmm. Because we're so thankful. Yeah,
we're great. We celebrate. We actually do the best version of Thanksgiving every single Sunday because we also don't have to get in fights with anyone.
Big distinction, though.
What
we shame people for napping on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
on Sundays.
Good point. Did you feel like you were shamed?
Yes.
I don't think you were shamed.
I thought you were adorable.
Multiple times.
Who did?
Took a video of it.
Who did?
You guys did.
Yeah,
I didn't take a video.
I thought it was adorable.
You guys.
PFT always
it up.
Puts his sunglasses on record mode when he walks into the studio.
When I step into this studio,
You asked me what I thought of the Saints game, knowing that I was asleep during it.
I did
as
not
a way
know.
To shame
I did
me.
not
That's
know.
a lie. You came in and
You
said we
can't
almost
have
did the show
opinions?
while you were asleep.
You can't have opinions about a game you slept through.
Everyone
No.
knows you're the Tyler
You said,
Shuck guy.
what was your
You are the
favorite
Tyler
play?
Shuck
You're
guy.
like, what was your favorite play?
Yeah, you don't have a favorite play.
You knew I was sleeping during it.
You still have a favorite play.
are you calling Big Cat a liar?
I'm calling him a shamer.
I'm not a shamer.
You called him a liar.
I didn't. I called him a shamer.
I think you did.
Oh, we're going with the dings now.
The ding is
You
different.
dinged us.
Yeah, we do that we call it Grateful Sundays, and we do it every week. And
I never missed a Sunday show.
no, that's a fact.
You can't.
What do you guys think about the hot girl Halloween outfits where they try to look not hot, but they still somehow end up looking hot when they're trying not? To me, that might be the hottest.
No.
When you're actively trying to nerf yourself, and
And
you're
when they dress up like you.
yeah, oh yeah, when a woman dresses
What are you
like
saying?
me,
Like when they wear like they dress up like a race car or something with a big box around them? No. Come on. It's so easy for hot girls. It's so easy. I like the hot girl.
you like
costumes.
hot.
Yeah, I like
To me-
hot. I don't know what I don't know what costume you're getting at.
Like not one costume in particular, but there will be people that dress up as like very either intricate things or funny costumes that accidentally turn into hot costumes because they're just so hot.
I need it used in a sentence.
In a sense?
Yeah. Language of origin. Hot.
Boner.
Yeah. Halloween rocks.
Mm-hmm. I think Halloween is the number one college holiday.
Yeah, so I was my Halloween ranking is college 1-1. I actually think I enjoy Halloween as a parent more than I did as a kid and then kid because it's so much fun watching kid. They get so fucking excited. It's been the talk of my house for a month. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy.
The worst is like teenage years.
Yeah.
Like before you get to college.
Awkward time.
Yeah.
And like after you when you can't trick or treat anymore. That's the worst. Halloween sucks then.
As a college student,
then you just like try and do mischief night and it's like and it's never like that fun.
As a college student, my rankings are Halloween 1 with a bullet, St. Patrick's Day 2, Columbus Day 3 because it's still at the start of the year and you have like a 3-day weekend, you go pretty hard that weekend, and then dead last Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Bad college holiday.
Also, whatever the spring weekend is, Mifflin for Wisconsin, whatever. There's always every college has one. That's the best when school's about to be done and it's warm out. Okay, you got one more?
Hey, part of my take, gang.
Oh.
My husband and I are deciding if we're going to have kids. We're both on the fence and are both okay with either decision. He thinks I should have to make the final call because I have to give birth.
That's fair.
I think he should make the final call because it's going to be a bigger financial impact on him. If we're both accepting of either outcome, who should be the tiebreaker? Love the show. Go Sixers.
Okay.
I somewhat disagree with that assessment.
I also think you need to actually just have an honest conversation because one of you definitely has a stronger opinion than the other. There's no way that your kids aren't like, what are we having for dinner? You're doing the what are we having for dinner? I don't know. You choose. I don't know. You choose. I don't care. I'll eat anything. I know you eat anything. That's not.
Easy.
Yeah, someone has to.
I don't get the financial decision thing.
Yeah, that impacts both of you the same, but this is.
You just might have to work more.
You're going to have to grow a human being inside of your body.
Maybe it's like you'll have to work like more. You won't be able to
retire. Home,
You won't be able to retire as easily.
But still, that's their money.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's what the first thing that came to my mind is like what's how is it not both of their financial decisions?
I think she needs to decide whether or not she wants a kid or not.
Yeah,
that's what
one of them either feels strongly for or against, and they just need to speak up. That's really what it is.
Yeah,
they're just playing. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, they're doing the. Yeah, no, you decide. Oh, pizza. Yeah, that's fine. And then the pizza comes. You're like, I didn't really want pizza.
Mm-hmm.
No, speak up. Speak up, people. Okay. Let's finish with our Lottery Ball segment. Today's Lottery Ball segment is brought to you by Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. Jackpocket makes the lottery stupid easy. We're talking Mega Millions, Powerball, state lottery games, and even scratch-off tickets. You can order them all right from your phones with no lines or hassles. Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots are climbing right now. So we've teamed up with Jackpocket so you can get in on it too. New customers will get $5 in lottery credits today. Just opt in and use code PMT2 at sign up. That's code PMT2. Don't miss your chance at the next massive jackpot. Go with Jackpocket. Use code PMT2 at sign up. Numbers
3.
Oh, he's back.
You guys are all slow there.
Oh, we're kind of in like we feel bad.
I wasn't going to steal it from you.
No.
I didn't know when you're.
I won that.
Okay.
Memes, you got it. Damn, you're quick.
22.
I'll go 74.
I'll go 77.
39.
I'm
99. Pug.
I'm gonna go
86.
Jack.
86.
44.
91.
Ooh. 90. PFT.
So close.
So close.
It's all right. I'll get
Not
it.
close.
I'll get it.
That's one off me.
No, don't worry about it. I'll get it.
You want to go one more? Let's go one more.
Close doesn't really count.
Memes
Have
just
you
gets
gotten
2
it or
shots.
not?
Every,
He
every
gets 2
show
shots
now.
every time.
Every episode.
Well, because it's funny because he's never going to get it. And
You
it's
guys
so
always win the
many.
second shot.
He's so many. He's got so many. and
One of
he's-
these second shots you're gonna hit.
No, he's not. He's
Yeah,
never
he
going to
has
hit
to.
it.
He's gonna hit it right
Max, look at me. He is never going to get it.
Watch it. Here comes 3.
92. That's crazy.
We got to see if we can split the middle.
I got sandwiched.
Loser 2 times.
Or you?
Did you get
That's
it?
crazy.
I was far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You're the
Correct.
closest loser. You lost that one. Nobody else did.
Okay. I'll get it again.
Whatever makes you feel better.
I'm not worried.
I think you have to do it a third time.
Do we have to do it a third time?
3
No,
for 3.
I don't.
Yeah, no.
The way you just said that, I don't know.
Why?
It felt like bullying.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it again.
But this one doesn't count.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. This one doesn't count.
Let's do this one.
All right.
Count. Yep.
This is practice.
This one does not
This
count.
one does not
This one
count.
does
No,
not
yeah.
count. Officially does not
Officially
count.
does not
We
count.
still have our numbers.
Yep.
Does not count.
This memes will fucking kill me if this comes up 3.
38.
38.
All right,
There we go.
we're all clear.
All right.
Man, that would have been awesome if it was 3.
Love you guys.